Welcome to the Roadrunner 89 Investment Network, where we talk about interracial love and marriage. Hope you enjoy Swirl to Investment. All right. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. It's good to see everybody coming in. J9, good to see you. PW, Harvest Moonbeam. All right. Good to see everybody. And all right. Some more coming in. Awesome. Hey, guys, I want to talk about opening up your options and having the courage to do so. Okay. If you see my title, that's what I'm going to hit on and talk a little bit about that. But before I get started with tonight's show, I want to talk to you guys about upcoming stuff on my show. If you've been looking at my community page, I'm going to come up with Swirl to Investment Academy. Okay. And this is an idea I thought about because of what you guys have asked from me when it comes to interracial relationships, interracial dating to marriage. And, people have asked me to start a dating service and have asked me, where do I go to meet white men? And, and I don't have the resources to fly in where you're at and figure out where these white men are that love black women. Okay, they're all around, and you can't read people's minds. But I want to have this course, and it's going to be a fun show, guys. And we're going to go in and talk about interracial dating, and I'm going to give you advice and. We're going to talk about it, and I'm going to try to get you in the mindset of being strategic. Okay? Yeah, women shouldn't have to approach men at all. Men should do the approaching. But when it comes to interracial relationships, for you ladies, you got to be where the men that you desire to date are. They got to know you're there. You got to kind of stand out. And this show or course, the Swirl to Investment Academy, we're going to cover that. And we're going to have a live show where we talk about this and everybody can watch. And I'm going to give you some ideas on being strategic. And everybody, and I will have a panel afterwards where we can go into it and come up with ideas. Okay. And there are so many ideas and stuff. And for interracial dating, it's much easier for black women that are in mixed communities. And what I mean by that, with a lot of diversity, where you're with people of different racial groups. You grow up in those areas, you get to know them, and it's easier to go into an interracial relationship opposed to someone that's only been in the black community or white community and don't know too much about one another. Okay. And that can be a challenge. A lot of black women that grew up in the suburbs around white people, and, it's a lot easier for them. They can jump right in. Usually it's not that big of a deal. But if you haven't been around white people, white men, it's something new. It can be scary. All the stereotypes and generalizations that are out there. It can be a bit uncomfortable and you don't know what to expect, right? And I get that. I understand why black women are offstandish when it comes to dating white men because of what all that you've heard, okay? And if you haven't been around these people, you just don't know. And it goes the other way, with white men that don't know much about black women, but are attracted and would love to have the opportunity to date black women. You know, both have to get out of their comfort zone. Okay. And to be in that power couple, you got to have a plan. You got to be strategic. You got to make it happen. Okay. And ladies, we're going to cover ways to do that. I'm going to be starting Swirl to Investment Academy next weekend, not this weekend, the next one, because I really want to put it together. I want to, put some substance to it. Okay. And this is going to be like a kind of like a self course where I give you ideas. We talk about it, where you can go to meet different men, how to get yourself noticed. And ladies, black women, you're beautiful. You know how to dress. Your hairstyles are awesome. You can date a Brad. That's really, if you want it, you can have it, and you just got to be where they're at. And people ask me, well, where did I go? Where are these places? Okay. They're everywhere. And you got to understand there's millions more white men than black men or black women. Okay. So I guarantee there are more white men willing to date and marry black women than the population of black men in America, because the black community is only 12%. And I think the white community is like 50 some percent. So there's millions more. Okay. So even if only a percentage like you, that's millions more men. You got to think it in numbers. Okay. And you got to be strategic. And I think a lot of black women are just afraid to get out of that comfort zone. They don't know what to expect. It's new. And, they just got to do it. Same thing with white men. And I've had men email me and talk to me and say, you know what? I love your show and I love how you talk about black women. I always felt that way about women. Always wanted to date a black woman, but I just never did. One guy was like in his 60s. He says, well, I'm married. I never dated a black woman. Always wanted to when I was younger. I just didn't do it. Okay, well, you lose. You miss out. If you don't have the courage to do it, you're not going to win the prize. You're not going to be successful. It is what it is. You got to be willing to risk rejection, to be victorious. And I would say to white men, there are black women out there that will receive you, that will accept you, will date you. Okay. Not all. There's going to be some that can't stand you because you're a white guy, and that's fine. But there are many that will. Okay. Black women, we call them, we say they're the most race loyal. I think it's more like the most love loyal. When I look at the situation, and I think a lot of black women are just scared to open up that option. Even ones that want to, it can be scary. And us as men, it seems like it's more basic. It's easier for us. Once we get the courage, we just do it. We approach because that's our job. So we don't have to go out there and wear our best and get noticed. I would say if you're trying to attract a black woman, dress nice, have yourself together, good hygiene is a thing, and dress nice, get yourself noticed, but you have to approach. Women, on the other hand, they got to be in the area. But we'll cover that when we go to the Swirl to Investment Academy. Okay. When we start that's going to be every other week that we're going to do that. And also what I'd like to do too, I got ideas on this, guys, and we'll go with it. See if it works. If you like it, it's great. If you think it's a waste of time, we could try something new. That's the great thing about YouTube. Okay. But I believe it's going to be fun, and it's free. Anybody can come. And I want to have like members where we have a private show. Okay. And what I want is, people to come in and have a private show when we can talk about things that you might not want it to be seen on YouTube. You know what I mean? And we'll have fun with that. Maybe we can play music in there. Maybe we can hang out for a little bit. Just some ideas. And if you got ideas for this, shoot me an email. Okay, we'll make this happen. And if it don't work out, we'll try something new till something does. But I think it's a good idea, and maybe I can help you out, get out of your comfort zone, and be successful in this and get to know different people. But I would say go to a diverse community, because that's where you're going to have the most success. That's where it's easier to do it. If you're in a mixed community, you have white people and black people, and they grew up together. They know about each other. It's easier for them to have friendships, easier for them to have relationships. You remember the Lovings, right? They grew up in the same neighborhood, same community. There was black and white people. They grew up together. They got to know each other. They fell in love. They were able to do it. And that's what we got to think strategic. You're your biggest obstacle. Okay. But we're going to go into this, and look, you know what? You do have to get out of your comfort zone. Black women, white men, you just have to do it. Okay. And I'd say to white men, quit standing on the sidelines, staring at the black woman and not making your move. The worst that's going to happen to you is you might have some angry Tyrone or some Pygmisha that calls you a white supremacist and racist and all that. Okay. Actually, in the black community, that is a small portion of people. And so what if they tell you that? This is your life. This is, an opportunity you have. And black women are amazing. They're beautiful. They're loving. Black women have so many great qualities, and I would say to white men, give black women a chance, And when you look at marriage stats, white men are more successful when they marry black women. Statistically, they are even more successful when you marry Becky. Okay, with black women, you have more success. You just do. Okay, but people haven't, opened their options to this opportunity. And black women and white men get together, they have the strongest, longest lasting marriages. Okay. So don't buy into those stereotypes, generalizations, and jealous people on the side that are going to show you hate. Okay. Just be yourself and go for it, But anyway, I could talk all night about this. Okay. But, the Swirl to Investment Academy, look, we're going to come in, we're going to do a show. And I'd like to, get some members if you're interested. Okay. This is a free thing. So all you got to do is say, hey, I want to do it. And we'll do a private stream, and we'll talk amongst each other. We'll have some discussions, and I'll give you pointers, and you can give each other pointers. Some black women have been more successful dating out. Some black women, it's easier for them to do than others. Okay. Because black women that grew up in diverse communities, it's easy for them. Okay. They get approached by white men more than black women in a black community where it's mostly black people. It's logic. It makes sense. Same thing with white people. Okay. We find actually black women, white men, we have love for each other, but we just don't know how to get to that point. We don't know how to get there. Right. And really, it's not as hard as you think. And I would tell the men, just have the courage to do it. Don't be regretting years down the road when you're 70 and say, dang, I wish I would have dated a black woman because they're beautiful, awesome, but I just didn't approach because I didn't think she liked me. That's throwing in the towel. Don't throw in the towel. Get in the fight. You're going to get knocked down, beat up, and you're going to have to keep pulling yourself up. But at the end, it's well worth it. At the end, you can have such a beautiful blessing. And I did. You know what? I got out of my comfort zone. I had enough courage to approach my wife. And thank God for that. Because if I didn't, who knows where I'd be. Okay? All right? To be the power couple, you got to have, a power plan. Okay? And that's what it's all about. I cannot tell you how to be successful. I can give you ideas. I'm not a professional dating coach or nothing like that, but I can tell you what's worked for me. I've been married to my black wife for over 28 years. Okay. I got married back in 1994. It's easier to do it in today's world than back then. Okay. But, and maybe we can get people to come in and tell us how they were successful. That's what this is about. That's what that show's going to be about. It's going to be education with a little fun. Okay. But it's up to you to make it work. It's like an online course. You can do it, do the work, study, look at things, get some advice what you should do. And you can apply it, or you can just sit back and do nothing. Okay. Nobody's going to hold your hand through to get to that interracial relationship. And ladies, white men are the second biggest group of people in America. The first is white women. But white men, when it comes to men, we're the majority. So if you want to date white men, we're all over the place. You just got to go where they're at. And heck, really step out of your comfort zone. Go line dancing. You get with these cowboy guys, right? They work out on the ranch. They throw bales of hay. They're in great shape. Believe it or not, those type of men, there's a lot of them that are attracted to black women. Okay. And you go line dancing, there'll be a guy out there that'll be happy to show you how to do it. And it's fun. You learn to do something, just think of things, and you don't have to be good at it because they know you don't know how to do it. So that's the fun in it, right? Just thinking strategic. Get out of your own way. Yes. Okay. Get out of your own way. Okay. Speaks from experience. Yeah. I dated interracially started out back in 1985. Okay. And I've dated pretty much exclusively black women. And some people think that's weird and it's a fetishization and all that. No, it's not. That's where my heart is. That's where my love is. Okay. And that black women, I believe to be the best option, always have. So why wouldn't I go for that? And there's no hate to any woman. Okay. I love all women, but black women is a preference to me. And there's a lot of white men like that. Okay. Character over color, the best man for the job. Yes. Okay. Vet every man the same. Okay. If you're worried about a white man fetishizing you, you need to worry about a black man fetishizing you too. Hold these men to the same standards, ladies. Don't give a man a pass because he looks like you. Okay. Keep your standards across the board. No wedding, no womb. Yes. J9. And you want to be with men that believe in that. Men of faith that believe that you don't touch a woman until she's your wife. Okay. That's biblical. People don't want to do that because there's such a desire to have sexual relationships, right? We're all tempted in that. Okay. It's how we're wired, but we got to be responsible with it. And we got to do it with true love, not just in lust. So yeah, no wedding, no womb. Exactly. Sorry, not sorry. I'm divested. Okay. Good for you. Awesome. Always keep up your standards. Yes. Okay. And you got to, ladies. Okay. It's about you. Best man for the job. If he don't earn it, he don't deserve it. Okay. Keep your standards up. Yes. Okay. Once a man knows you drop your standards, he's going to take advantage of that. Okay. And if your standards are too high for him, hey, go somewhere else. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple TikToks. Okay, and we're going to talk about these. These are ones I came across, and there's some interesting stuff in here. Okay, and I'm going to talk about it. There are two black women, and one I would approach, and one I wouldn't if I was single. Okay, just how they carry themselves, and they're not bad women either one. Okay, they could probably be good for a relationship, but you got to connect, right? I've dated some women that are great women, make great wives and mothers, but it wasn't meant to be. Two good people can meet and date and it don't work. And there's nothing wrong with either one. It just ain't meant to be, okay? And that's okay. You're going to run into that. You're going to meet great people that would be good for marriage, but just not good for you, okay? And vice versa. All right, let me show this first one. And I'm going to break this TikTok down because this is really interesting. And I want to talk about this because this kind of applies to me and a lot of men that love black women. Okay, let me go ahead and pull this up real quick.
Types of men I would never date.
Okay, she's going to tell us 5 types of men she wouldn't date as a black woman. And that's her right. Okay, this is not right or wrong on this. I'm just going to give you my opinion, my perspective, and you can put yours in the chat on what you think. There's no right or wrong answer here. Okay, we have every right to our beliefs. Okay, we need to respect and love each other. Please be healed. Yeah, that's a good point, Afro Angelique. Yes. Be healed because you don't want to bring drama into a relationship. And, both men and women have to be healed before they get into it. Okay. All right. Let me play this real quick.
These are 5 types of men I would never date as a black woman. Number 1, men who have never dated a person of color or a black woman before. I'm a college course. This is not high school and this is not middle school. I am not here to teach you about what it means to date a black woman. I'm not explaining to you why I wear a bonnet before I go to bed. I'm not explaining to you what it means to get invited to the cookout. You just got to get those prerequisites in or else you're going to fail.
Okay. All right. Let's go on that point. Okay. She says, if you haven't dated a black woman as a non-black man, you better just hang it up. She ain't going to give you a chance. You got to know about a black woman. And she's a college course. So she's saying she's up here and you better be up here. Okay. That's her right. That's her standard. Okay. No hate. But, how do you know you might be missing out on that great man that loves you? And just because he don't know about you, why would you disqualify somebody? I mean, you can. To me, that seems, I don't know, kind of biased, but okay. That's her standard. So you have to have experience in dating black women that date her. What if the guy's a virgin and you're the first one he's going to date, but he's really into you? But there's no wrong answer. If you believe, hey, they need to have experience to date you because you feel more comfortable, that's fine. And if you feel that she should give a guy a chance to see if he's a good guy or not, that's how I think. I think give the man a chance. Just because he don't know what black women do or why they wear a bonnet or their hair, you don't want to take the time to explain it. Okay, that's fine. You do not have to. Okay. I have a different opinion than she does, but hey, we have every right to. And I don't have to call her names because she believes different than me, do I? No. And I would hope that if this person got my opinion, there'd be respect there. Okay. All right, let's continue.
2, non-black men who only date black women. This is weird. I get it. Black women are great. Black women are beautiful. But to say you only date black women and you are not black, it's kind of fetishizing. And then on top of that, when you say you like me, I have to wonder, do you like me for me or do you like me because I'm black?
Okay, let me give my opinion on this, right? Because I fall in that category. I only, back in the day, I only dated black women. That's all I wanted to be with. Okay. And it's not a fetishization there, young lady. That's not what it is. That's where my heart is. I was attracted to black women, just not just how they looked, but their character. You know, how loving black women are. I felt comfortable with black women. Early on, you know, I felt love from black women. So that's all the only ones I wanted to be with. I felt that was the best option. Why is that so weird? Do I have to be black to only want to date black women? Can I be a white guy and that's the only group of women I want to date? I mean, you need to research. If he tells you that he only dates black women, maybe that's where his heart is. Maybe that's who he's in love with. He's attracted to black women. It does not mean he fetishizes them. Okay. And I hate that stereotype because she's missing out on the reason why a man might only date black women. It could be a fetish. It could. Or it could mean he just loves black women. I've dated black women exclusively my whole life till I got married to a black woman. I've been married over 28 years. So my opinion is if the man truly only wants to be with black women and that's who he's in love with, wouldn't you want a man that thinks of you as the best amongst all women? Just saying. But I mean, that's her right to feel that way. But look, I fit that category, but I didn't date black women to fetishize them. I just love black women. Thus, I married a black woman. And I've been successful. So before you judge someone or stereotype somebody, get to know for sure. Okay? I'm just saying, that's my opinion. But she has every right to believe that. You know, I wouldn't hate her because she believes that. That's just what she believes. Maybe she's experienced guys like that. I don't know. Okay? You know, but I totally disagree because a lot of white men that marry black women always just wanted to be with a black woman. That's because that's who he loves. Okay? And just because we put black women above all women and we're non-black, you know, that doesn't mean that there's some diabolical alternate reason we do that. Could be we just love black women and that's who we want to be with. But anyway, all right, let's move on. Let's get the next point.
3, New Age Republicans. Used to be a time when you could have Republican friends if you were a liberal person like myself. You could date Republicans if you were a liberal person like myself. But now, the way the Republican Party is right now, it's not the same, and I'm definitely not with it.
Okay, politics. Uh-oh. Do we really want to step into this one? Okay, she don't date Republicans. Okay, that's her right. Okay, and she says she's not down with the new type of Republicans. And, well, Republicans say that about Democrats, right and left, okay? They're saying that about both sides. In our political world, I mean, we used to have two parties that had liberals and conservatives on both ends. Now it's went hard right, hard left, right? I got that backwards. Hard left, hard right, right? But really, to me, we have different political views. I know people that are married that are on the left and right. And they just understand that, hey, he or she thinks different than me. And they still love each other. Okay? There are people on my channel that are liberal and conservative. Okay? I love them both. Okay? We're people. It's you're not a bad person because you think differently than I do, or vice versa. We're people. We need to respect people's beliefs. Okay, and when we get into politics, um, a lot of times people get emotional, get triggered, and I've seen it in my family, my wife's family. Um, we need to stop. You have every right to believe how you do. Okay. But if you're really passionate about your politics, left or right, yeah, you probably shouldn't have a relationship with somebody that thinks different than you if you can't handle that. So, um, you know, I say both sides have good people with different ideas. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I lean to the right. I'm conservative. I am. Okay. But that goes from my religious beliefs, and how I believe in family and, traditions and my standards and, you know, and that's just me. But I'm not going to go in and attack you because you think different than me. Okay. There's a lot of people I love that think totally different than me, and that's okay. And I don't like to go into politics because it creates emotions, and people get, triggered at times. Okay. But, that's her right. But we need to love each other and respect people's beliefs. Okay. We're in a political season right now. Don't be hating your neighbors because they think different than you, right or left. Okay. Respect people's beliefs. All right. As long as it's not degrading a group or putting a group down, have respect for each other, have love for each other. Okay. That's how we get through that. And we need to talk. Okay. So we know where everybody's at and respect that. Find out why they believe like they do, and and explain why you believe the way you do. You might persuade someone to believe like you. It happens. But you got to come with love and respect. Okay. It's late for me. I'm going. Oh, okay. Sorry. Have a good night, J9. Okay. But I don't want to talk about politics too much. This is okay. That's just her opinion. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's continue.
And 4, men who say they love black women only reference mixed light-skinned women. Now, first of all, these are all black women. No one's trying to take away anyone's blackness. But when you say you like black women, but your desire falls on one end of the spectrum and just kind of stays there, I have questions. Like, are you a colorist? Like, what is this? Are you fetishizing them?
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, the colorism thing, that's dumb. Okay. A black woman's a black woman. Light skin, dark skin. I would say to men, don't get caught up in that crap. Okay. Just, black women are awesome and amazing. Okay. Yeah. And that could be kind of weird if you tell her I like light skin or dark skin. I mean, it's just black women. Okay. And if you truly love black women, you're not going to look at her skin tone. You're not. You're just going to be in love with her. And that's how it should be. So, I agree with her on that. Yeah. Stay away from that. If a guy's like that, and even if you're the dark skin and that's kind of, might be a red flag there. Okay.
I don't know. 5, any man who says something like Kevin Samuels was wild, but he had some good points. I'm not dating a Kevin Samuels apologist. Like, just keep pushing it away from me.
Okay. I agree with you, young lady. Don't bring up Kevin Samuels. Yes. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's probably not going to get you very far. Okay. But anyway, that's her opinion. Okay. Nothing's wrong with how she feels. There's no hate towards her. Okay. I disagree on some things, and there's a couple of things I do agree with. Okay. But if a white man only wants to be with a black woman, a lot of times it's because he loves black women. He sees the character and the beauty in black women. And a lot of times he sees the kindness in her heart. So he's attracted to that. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. That's where we agree. Look at my name. Okay, yeah. I know, DK, you agree with her on that. All right. All right. Let me remove this. Okay. All right. But, something to look at. I like to look at YouTube and TikToks. I like to see people's opinions, where they fall in this. Okay? Where do they come up with their perspective? How do they think? If a man says, I've only dated black women, I love black women. That's me. And if I told her that, she would say, well, that seems weird, like you're a fetishizer. No, I'm not. That's just where my heart and my love is. So you have every right to have a preference, okay? We would not go on in on a black man that says he only dates black women because that's who he wants to be with. Would he be a fetishizer? No. That's just who he loves, right? So I think it could go either way. Wonder why white men, black women relationships last the longest. I think it's because black women and white men, I think they're held accountable more than black men and white women. We're the leaders in our community. We're always held accountable. I mean, everything in society is white men's fault. From slavery, Jim Crow, sins of the past. We're held accountable for that all the time, even though we weren't around. But what I'm saying is we're held accountable, okay? Where I think a lot of times black men and white women are not held accountable. And that's my opinion. Not all, but I think that's why our relationships last longer, because we're used to be held accountable. And I think we're more strategic. We want more out of the relationship. We're looking more long term. That's my opinion. Okay. Yeah. Click, share, subscribe. Oh yes. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to show you this other video, and this one to me is more pleasant. But I mean, that young lady can have her standards. Okay. I wouldn't approach her. If I was a single man, I wouldn't even, just by what she said, I wouldn't even approach. I would just be like, I think she'd want me to be super woke and left leaning, and I would have to meet all these qualifications. I think it would be, to me, it just wouldn't work. But there might be some white man who agrees with her and fits every letter to the T, and it might work. Okay. But no shade on that young lady. That's her opinion. That's her right. We need to respect that. Okay. It's a problem in the world. We don't respect others how they believe, because we think because they disagree with us that we trash them. Okay, let me show you this next video, guys. Okay.
I've just came to the conclusion.
Okay, let me center this. Okay. White men only. Okay, this young lady. Okay, let's hear what she has to say. Okay.
I've just came to the conclusion that the swirl has been so real in my world that I'm officially locked down to white men. Like, they are so fine to me that I only want them now. Like, I legit be like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just know that I want a white man. They are so fucking fine. They're so fine. You are so fine. Yes, you. Come here.
Okay. All right. Okay, that was a different attitude towards white men, was it not? Okay. This woman would be easier to approach. Okay, she likes white men. She's come to the conclusion she just wants to be with a white man. Okay, and white men out there, don't look at this video and think, oh well, she likes white men, and I'm a white guy, I'm going to reach out. That don't mean she likes you. She just likes white men. That was a little thirsty. Yeah, maybe so. Okay, but maybe she just found something in white men. Is it thirsty? Maybe she could have said, well, my preference is white men. But I think that's to me is okay. You know, when I was young, like probably her age, I was like that. Black women are fine. I love black women. That's all I want. Okay. When you're younger, you don't have the maturity where, you know, and I'm not saying she don't have maturity. What I'm saying is she loves white men. She thinks white men are fine. And she's being honest, right? Now she gets with a white man that says, I only want to be with black women. Could that work? They both might seem a little thirsty, but maybe that's who they love. Maybe that's who she loves. Maybe, you know, because we all are attracted to certain people, right? And men and women are attracted to each other. But sometimes white men are attracted to black women, and black women are attracted to white men. Yeah, I know you're not saying she's wrong, Afro Angelique. It did say, ooh, they're fine. Yeah. But, you know, being honest. But there's a different attitude, right? She would be more easier to approach. If she's attracted to you, it would be easier to get in a relationship, right? I'm not saying it's going to work and be great, but it'd be easier to enter that relationship. And there's nothing wrong with what she was saying. I don't think so. You know, and it's not because I'm a white guy and it feels good to hear black women say they like white guys, which it does. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, is she thirsty, or that's who she loves? That's who, you know, I always thought black women were beautiful. You know. But anyway, but what do you think? Two different ladies, right? Two different perspectives. You know, one would date a white guy, but he has to have experience dating black women, has to be a liberal, has to, you know, can't say that he only dates black women, because to her that's a red flag of fetishization. Where this woman's saying, I think white men are fine, and that's what she wants. I don't think there's anything wrong with what she said. If that's where her heart is, let her have it. You know, and I hope and pray she finds a guy that feels the same way about her and they have a good relationship, you know. But anyway, let me go ahead and drop this. Okay. You've seen two videos, right? Two different perspectives when it comes to interracial dating, interracial relationships. I think both women are correct. The first woman I wouldn't approach. Okay, I wouldn't even waste my time. It wouldn't go nowhere. I don't think, and it just I would just have to be living up to all these qualifications, in my opinion. Where the second young lady, that would be more appealing. That I would feel more confident going with her because how she feels about white men. She just thinks they're fine and she's in the white man. There are black women that are in the white man, just like they're white men in the black women. Okay. And I think it scares people when they see them say that, especially with black women. I think they, you know, kind of panic when a white guy says, you know what, I only want to be with black women. I think that kicks in. Oh man, he's going to fetishize me. Why would he only want to date black women when he's a white guy? Well, why not? That's what he wants. That's where his heart is. Nothing wrong with that. And look, I was that way. And you know what? I found a black wife and I'm in love and I'm blessed and I'm living my best life. And I've been married several years, over 28. Year and a half, it'll be 30. Okay. And all I wanted to be with is black women. So it worked out for me and my wife. Just saying. So, I mean, you got to dig deeper and just going off a statement and jumping into a stereotype. You got to do a little research. Anyway, but back to the subject here on tonight. You want to interracially date, you got to get out of your comfort zone. And ladies, you got to be strategic. You got to be where these men are that you want to be around. I would say go be where they're at. Go with friends. Don't go alone, okay? Be safe, be smart, but strategic. And men, you have no excuse. You know what? You have to pull your head out of your butt, have that courage, and go for it. Be willing to risk rejection. Because if you don't make a move, you're rejecting yourself. You're just throwing up the surrender flag. Okay? That's not where we get to where we want to be. There's got to be work. You got to put yourself out there. Yeah, you're going to be rejected. We all get rejected. It's part of life. Got to go for it. To be in that power couple, you got to be willing to get out of that comfort zone. And I know black women, they go through it. It's tougher for black women. Black women have been told white men are fetishizers, racist, and all this stuff. And black women, when they do open up their options, they're shamed. They're called bed wenches and race traders. Okay? We're white men. For us, we do what we want. Let's be honest, guys. We do. And for us to not go for it, to me, there's no excuse. You're not being alpha. You're being a beta, scared little boy. I'm just going to put it out there. Okay? If you want to be a man, you go approach that young lady and you let her know how you feel. And if she kicks you to the curb, just turn around and go elsewhere. Okay? Don't show her hate. Give her love and respect, even though she's not interested in you. Go to another young lady, and you know what? And this is so true. Thanks, Connie. Risk versus reward. Okay? To get the reward, you got to risk. Okay? You're going to have to risk that rejection. What's that, DK? I just say yes. I'm a bed wench. Yes, I'm a race trader. Yes, I am a white man. You know what? That would be one way to really upset them, because you know what? They say these things to put you down, to make you feel shamed. Okay? Just because you love a man of a different race, you're not a race trader. Okay? You can still love your group of people and being in an interracial relationship. Look, I love white people. I live in a white community. I got a white family. Of course I love white people. But the only thing is I love black women. And when it comes to love and marriage, that's who's in my life. Okay? And some people, they're shocked when they see my wife, when they see that I'm married to a black woman. And some say, you don't look like that type of guy that, would marry a black woman. And, through the years, I've been told that. And I was like, well, what's that kind look like? Well, I'm just being myself. I'm the everyday white guy. That's who I am. I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that. It just happens that I love black women. That's it. That's me. That's who I am. And you know what? I went for what I wanted, and I'm blessed for it. So, nothing wrong with that. So guys, go for it. Don't be afraid to jump out of that comfort zone. Do not be afraid. Okay. Yeah, I know you're going to be nervous, and we all get nervous. Every time I approached a woman, I was always nervous. Every dang time. Okay. I didn't like rejection. I never embraced it when it happened, but you know what? That's life. But you know what? When I did get acceptance, I really appreciated it. It made me feel good inside, you know? And maybe that's why you go through rejection. That way, when a young lady accepts you, you really appreciate it. You really, you know, you appreciate that moment, and you value her more. I think maybe rejection can be a good thing. Also, rejection can be God's way of protecting you from getting with somebody that's not meant for you. I look back, and I remember in my younger days, there was this young lady I wanted to be with, and I dated her for a while, and she, led me along and kicked me to the curb, and I was hurt. But I look at life now and how she ended up, and I'm like, thank God. That was a blessing. Okay? So sometimes rejection can help you out. But serious, guys, there's going to be rejection. Okay? It's part of life. We all go through it. And you know what? When you want something in life, you have to go for it. It's not going to come to you. There are two types of people in this world. Listen to me, two types. And I've said this many times. Okay? There are people that wait for things to happen, and there are people that make things happen. Okay? Which one are you? Are you one waiting for something to happen? Or are you one that's going to make it happen? You might not get what you set out for, but you'll be better off going for it. The baby mama brigade. Who's that? The baby mama. Okay. Adam and ran through 16 kids. Adorn? Wow. Okay. Let me remove this from the screen. Okay. But listen, you want to be successful, you have to go for it, ladies and gentlemen. You got to make it happen. Okay? It might not turn out the way you like. That young lady that you wanted to be with might turn you down. And ladies, that guy you're trying to get his attention, he might not be interested. That's life. That's how it is. But there might be somebody else that is interested in you. So, ladies, you got to put yourself out there. They got to see you. Okay? And look, just be the beautiful young lady you are. Go out to certain events and dress nice, have your hair done. I mean, men notice that type stuff. And ladies, black women, one thing that you stand out is you're different. You have a unique beauty to you. Different than other women in this world. So embrace the beauty you have. Okay? Just because that man's different than you don't mean he's not interested in you. Okay? I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to stay up too late on this live. I'm going to drop the link if you want to come up. My point on tonight's show is get out of your comfort zone. Go for what you want. Okay? And be willing to risk rejection. Be willing to do it. Okay? In order to have the reward, you got to have the risk. Don't throw in the towel before you even try. Okay? And you know what? You'll be surprised. I know I was when I finally got my courage to ask out these young black ladies when I was a young man. I got rejection. Yes, I did. But you know what? There were some that were interested. And you know what? It paid off. So, don't listen to some of these women that say, I will never date a white man. There's no way. Okay, that's her opinion. That don't speak for all black women. And black women, because there's white men that don't want to date black women, just know there's many more that do want to. Okay? So keep that in mind. Don't, don't sell yourself short.
Hey,
And
Brent.
remember, hey, how's it going? Hey, Afro Angelique, how you doing, ladies? Good to
Hey,
see
good.
Great show.
Do you mind if I change my avatar?
you. Yeah, go ahead.
It's kind of weird.
Oh, uh-oh.
It, you're probably gonna be like, no, you should switch it back, but um, I just wanted to get your permission to have this.
Well, okay, I got to know what it is because if it's something that's
So it's basically Kevin Samuel's head attached to Nicki Minaj's body,
oh gosh, uh,
and like the people
I
that knows like the Anaconda, you guys know Anaconda, the music, and Nicki Minaj, the one where she was bending and like that pose. Yeah, it's actually Kevin actually his head. So yeah.
okay, we got a troll in the building. Where's
I've
the
already
troll?
blocked him.
Oh, you already blocked him? Dang,
I
you
already
guys are
blocked
good.
him. Josh deleted him, and I deleted his message, and then I blocked him.
I missed it. What did he say?
He was talking about passport bros, but
Oh, is this the guy? I went for it and I got passport guys to listen. Find
yeah.
traditional wives overseas. Uh, okay, let me address this. I don't care if he's in the building anymore or not. Um, let me address this. Look, you can find good traditional women in the United States. Okay. Um, you don't have to go overseas to do it. And black women are the most traditional women on this planet. They really are in America. And you know what? The problem is you don't see the tradition in black women because you're degrading them. You're not treating them the way they should be treated. You're not providing and protecting. If you're doing what you're supposed to as a man, there are a lot of traditional women in America. And black women are the most traditional, seriously. You show them love and respect, they'll do anything for you. You provide and protect, she'll submit to you. You don't have to go to Kenya, Ghana, Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, Philippines. You don't have to do that. Yes, those women are going, flock to you. Yes, those women are going throw themselves at you because you got money, because America is a rich country. And look, let me tell you something. I've been in the military, over 20 years, and I've been overseas. I've seen these guys fall in love with these women overseas, marry them, and bring them back home. Okay. And a lot of times it don't work because when they get over, they're sometimes they're not attracted to the men like it seemed like they were in their country. Okay. And I'm not saying that's all cases, but I've seen things where men have got their heart broke going for those traditional women overseas because they were more feminine, more traditional, did everything for you, make you feel like a king. But you know what? If women in America ain't treating you like that, it's not those women, it's you. Okay.
Exactly.
It's not them, it's you. If you can't find a traditional woman in America, what makes you think you're going to go over there and find one? I mean, it's you. You're not the traditional man, so you're not getting the traditional woman. It just is what it is. You got to be willing to give everything for that woman. You got to be willing to provide, protect, and yes, share your assets with her. And yes, she needs to get more than you. You know why? Because that's your wife. And you have children, they're more important than you. My wife's life is more important than my own life. And if you can't go there, you're not going to get a traditional woman. Straight up. You could go overseas or whatever. And this passport thing, it's just a fantasy. It really is. Women will cling to men that got money. It is what it is. Okay. Mm-hmm. But when she finds out that you're not as great as she thought you were, you'll lose that too. Okay, sorry, ladies. I got on a little.
Yeah, I was about to say like the countries that I noticed that he listed are literally countries that have like high sex work over there, and the prostitution. I didn't see one European country, like one country like Britain, France, etc. I did not see like one of those countries at all, and they don't usually mention it. They know what they're doing. They go to like countries that are literally impoverished, because the Philippines, Thailand, Brazil, those countries, like literally the prostitution rate like skyrocketed like a lot of percents. They're not going there for wives anyways, but
No,
they're going to pretend like they're going to manipulate American women to like act whatever weird creepy fantasy they have. But anyways,
they go there and they pay those women to treat them like that, and then say, oh, they're traditional women or whatever. And sometimes they're not even getting a woman. So depending on what country they're going to.
yeah, that is true. Look, the thing of it is you can find a traditional woman where you're at. You don't have to go overseas. And I'm not saying you can't find a good wife overseas. I've seen men that have, but you can find it at home. But
if you're not
usually people that find women overseas or different countries, they usually. Oh, we lost Yeah, let me put the link. We lost DK. DK, come back. No. But what I was going to say is usually people that find wives, go in it with a pure heart. They're just looking for a wife. These guys, I think some of these guys are getting with prostitutes and stuff and paying them to treat them the way they want to be treated. That's not a real relationship. You're just paying for that service. And some of these countries, these girls are underage. They're pushed into that lifestyle. And if you mess with these women, these prostitutes, you're contributing to that. Okay. And it's disgusting. And I'm not saying they're going over there doing it, but what I'm saying is some of the countries, they're third world countries. Yes, your money, you're rich. You can be a below average guy and be rich over there. It is what it is. But if you're really looking for a wife,
if you're, the thing about it is that you can go, they go over there and they pay women to give them the girlfriend experience when they could literally, you can go on Craigslist and pay for the girlfriend experience in the United States.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have to go to those countries to get the same experience. But it's just what a lot of men don't understand is that if you want a woman that will treat you in a traditional fashion, then you actually have to be a man. You can't be a little boy playing grown up. You have to actually be a man.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these boy men don't understand.
And here's the thing: money does not make it work. You could be a millionaire in America and not be a good man. You could be a millionaire and not deserve a wife because you don't treat her right. and she might be with you because you got money, but after a while, if you're not giving her real love, she'll be gone. It just, and then she'll take half of what you got, and you deserve it. I'm just saying. But yeah, you can find a traditional woman here. I've had this talk with my son, and he's young, he's got his life ahead of him. He's a lot better looking than I was in my day. So he has options that I never had. But we had this talk, and he says, Asian women, they're submissive, aren't they, Dad? He says, I've heard they really take care. I says, what? Look, son. And I broke it down. I said, yeah, there are Asian women that are submissive, good women, yes. But I says, there are Black women all across our country that are good traditional women, women of faith. I said, look at your mother. Look how she treats me. Look how she loves you. And she's been a good wife and good mother. And I found her at home. Black women are the best traditional women out there. You got to find the right one, but
Yeah.
statistically they are. And from what I've seen, how many women are there, women of faith? They believe in God, and they're going to do what they're supposed to as a wife. And if you do what you're supposed to as a man, you got it made. And that's how I feel about Black women. And I told my son this. I said, son, you can marry whoever you want. Okay, I don't care what the race is, but I said, look at Black women. You might be missing out on an opportunity here. And I would encourage my son to look at Black women because that's who I chose, because I believe Black women are the best option. So that shows how much I love Black women, that I would encourage my son to go that route. Now, that's his choice. Okay, I'm not telling him he has to do that because I did. No. Go where your heart is. Go who loves you. But don't discard Black women, because you might be throwing away a good blessing. But that's just the love and respect I have for Black women. And so, but I mean, that's his choice. And I've always told my kids, all I want is them to be with, I told my daughters, marry a man that loves you and provides and protects you. And my son, I said, marry a wife that will support you and be a good wife. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as they're good people, they can be any color or whatever. I don't, But anyway, hey, welcome back there, DK.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna have nightmares.
That's all types of special.
Yeah, that's.
No, well, I filtered the. Well, I put on pants. I put some pants on for him because she wasn't wearing pants. So.
Oh yeah, don't show no naked. I don't need to get blocked for some inappropriate picture. That's pretty close. Like, oh man. It looks.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
Passport bros.
Oh, ew. Okay. Let's not give them attention. A lot of them want attention.
How did the show go from having courage to date out and opening up your options to passport bros?
They're always in Black women's spaces. They don't want Black women to forget about them. They always want attention from Black women. Let's not give them attention.
Yeah. Let's not put them on the show, because you know what? That's
why we deleted them.
Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, yes, I made these myself. Afro Puff Queen. Yes, I make these pictures. I make these pictures because she asked, "Do you make those yourself?" Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Hey, Afro Aries says, among the trolls come in to distract. Yeah, that's what they do. They just want to knock us off subject. And they really don't have to do that because I drift so much that no, I'm just
that we do. Look, can I make comments on those two
yeah,
TikToks?
yeah,
Okay. So the first one, I'm just like, I feel like she's limiting herself
yeah,
because you can't, you might be that one chick that they decide to date because they're so taken back from you, and it's the first time they ever decided to date a black woman, and you
yeah,
just eliminated them because because you have your so-called standards.
yeah.
And then then the only reason why I said the second one was thirsty because
Mhm.
she was feeling on herself and moaning, talking about white men, and I'm just like, that's a little thirsty for me.
Oh, okay. No, I get it, but I wasn't paying attention to that. I was listening to what she was saying. It just seemed like she was open to it. Hey, I think they're fine. That's who I want to be with.
Oh,
Um,
I think a white man is fine. I
yeah,
think
no,
whatever, but I'm not gonna say it while feeling on my chest and letting out little moans. That's a bit much.
yeah,
I
That's a
was
bit
going to
much.
say like she's kind of, I'd say she's obtuse, because like maybe some dudes haven't been with black women because black women rarely give, well, black women barely give other men like chances. And so it's like you do not know, um you do not know about it. Because, and I don't get it, does she want a guy that, like, she's like, she, oh, if you don't date black women, but then she was getting on men who do date black. She's confusing.
All
But
over the place.
I was going to say like, um my my guy, my my Pooh Bear, uh,
mhm.
um he like usually were was with like blonde and white chicks, etc. Because he said those were the types around him. And he's like, he tried to ask many black women out, but like they didn't want him. They were like, oh, he's too white for them, and they like a black guy. And so he's like with white blonde chicks because they usually were the ones getting onto him and showing that they were interested, right? But then
Mhm.
when he met me and then he found out I was interested, he's like, I'm very shocked that you actually like white guys. And then I'm like, why? And then he's like, because usually black girls don't tend to give white guys chances. They always say they like black guys, they want only black guys. And then I'm like, well, I'm different. And so it's like, my guy, my Pooh Bear, he never
Mhm.
been with a black girl. So for her to assume, oh, if they never been with a black girl and etc., it's kind of obtuse. It's kind of very what's a nice word to put it? It's
Ignorant?
kind of stupid for her to say that. But
Yeah.
if that's what she like, that's what she like. It's just she's kind of being closed-minded a little bit.
Yeah. She's
Well,
limiting her options.
yeah, and by saying that, if she don't want to date a white man, well, she pretty much sealed the deal on that because um, even if you get a man that believes like you do politically and all that, even that guy wouldn't really be attracted to that because it seems like to be with me, you got to do this, do that, do this, do that, and I've been with dated women like that, and it never lasted because I always felt that I was something was always wrong with me. I didn't understand how she felt. I didn't, I didn't agree with enough of what she wanted me to, and it just didn't work. There was so many qualifiers in it, and it just after a while you just feel like you know what she don't really want to be with me. Why are we wasting time? Um, but for her to say that, I wouldn't even. I even think guys that believe like her wouldn't even be interested in her because you're putting it. It to me seemed negative. And I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm just saying that it just the vibe you get from that. And
I think that she's so interested in her list, she's not really looking for love, and that list is a shield because no one can meet all these criteria. So I'm just gonna put this out there. And the thing she may not actually want anybody because she has that checklist.
Yeah. And B Michelle said that I showed a black woman laying in her bed saying how much white men are attractive, but she was acting a little thirsty.
That's
Okay.
what I
Yeah,
Um,
she
said.
was acting a little
Just
thirsty.
a smidge thirsty.
okay, well you gotta
I didn't
quench your
say what
thirst
she was saying
sometimes.
was bad. It was just the way she was acting. It was a little thirsty.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean
like Brent,
just
if you saw someone walking down the street, well, if you saw me looking at someone walking down the street, and it's a white guy, and I'm like, "Ooh, white guys are fine. They got some nice legs," and then I'm licking my mouth like, those legs. It's gonna be a little thirsty in a way, you know. But she was
Yes,
feeling
that's
herself.
but
that's why
you
I
know
said
what?
she was thirsty. Y'all was jumping on me because I said she was thirsty, but she was thirsty.
But hey, look, I've seen that though. We all have been thirsty in our lives. And let's be honest. You know what? When I was young, I was like that. Yeah, black women are fine, and I'd be like, oh. But when you're young, you're going to be thirsty. And you know what? I just wanted to show it. I wasn't trying to point out her thirst. I was just saying how she seemed more open,
Yeah,
more approachable. And even though it might seem thirsty, men will be gravitated to that because she's showing that she is attracted to white men. And if you're a white
mhm.
man attracted to black women, I mean that thirstiness. If a guy her age ain't going to be thinking about, oh, she looks thirsty, so I'm not going. No, he's going to be, oh, really? Awesome. Here I
She gonna
am.
get
Let's do this.
she gonna get the
Yeah,
wrong
she'll
kind
get
of attention with
wrong. She'll get wrong
Yeah,
attention.
yeah.
she's gonna get the wrong attention with the what she was doing because she was licking lips, making noises, and touching herself.
Yeah. I got
So
your point. Yeah, but yeah,
you if you're doing stuff like that and you say you only like white men, that's like inviting like everybody to, this is what I'm about. Not
could
don't get to know my mind or whatever. I'm all about that.
She
could
needs
that
And
some
be?
milk.
Could
yeah,
that be like a fetishization thing? Maybe
that
she
could
is.
be, yeah.
Because the other lady was saying, a white guy that says he only dates black women. Well, if you ever heard me explain it, I'm not rubbing myself. Oh yeah, I love only black. No, I just say, you know what? I find black women attractive. They have a beautiful heart, a beautiful spirit. Black women are loving, and that's why I only wanted to date black women because of their character, the love they show. Um, and that young lady could have broke it down like that. She could have said, I think white men are fine, and that's who I want to be with. And that wouldn't have looked thirsty.
Wait, I
Right?
Yeah.
got
Like,
a question. The lady
but
that was saying, I don't need to explain why I wear bonnets to bed. Wouldn't that go against her saying like the man who dates black women? Because it's like if you date black women, you wouldn't need to explain why you wear bonnet to bed because he knows, right? Wouldn't that kind of go against
That's
each
why
other, you know?
that's why
well,
she said she doesn't want a man that's never dated a black woman.
yeah,
But then she's like, but then she's like was talking about dudes that only attracted to black women though. So it's like if he's only attracted to black women and he's been around black women, you don't need you don't need to explain why you don't wear a bonnet.
yeah, that was kind of weird. The whole thing. It was like I think
It
it
was
was.
too much.
I think she really didn't want to be with a white man at all. I think she's just trying to say, well, I'm not biased but he's got to be this. Sometimes black women will say that to seem like they're open, but to disqualify the man. Or sometimes black women are afraid that they'll date a white guy and have all these things that he's got expectations that he has to meet. And if he don't meet all of them, I think in a way it's a way of her to just kick him to the curb and say, you know what? it's not going to work. And she might even want it to work. It's kind of weird, but I think that happens. Black women have told me they've done that they've rejected men that they're actually attracted to, white men, because they were afraid or they felt something was wrong with white men, but they were conflicted. So they made up an excuse to get rid of the white man and hope that her feelings would change. Um, that
I
could
was
be
just about to say that. I was about to say that. Um, I notice white men, they
Mhm.
don't give a duck. A duck. I said duck. They don't give a duck about hair or makeup. like
They don't.
they don't. Like I just took out my twist and then my boyfriend was like, "Let me see your hair." He liked my puffy hair. And then I'm like, "No, no, I need to do it." He's like, "I don't care. I don't care if it's all over the place. I don't care if it's badly done. I just like your hair. I like you." And then I
Mhm.
tend to be natural around him, and I have a huge pimple, and I was hiding it. He's like, "I really don't care about the pimple. You're still cute to me." Like white guys do not care about makeup, and they do not like it. Like they do not care about hair. They'll just say it
Oh,
looks nice, but they don't make it a
it's
big deal.
it's about the inside and not the out. So why men care about your soul, not about your outsides.
Mm. You know
So
what? And that thing, it, it's kind of weird though how men are triggered by a woman's weave or her makeup, or I never understood that either. I've seen men go off on YouTube about weaves. I guess they don't like weaves, but they date black women with weaves. I mean, what's going on? Am I missing something? Um,
they
I mean,
they don't
I
know what
don't.
they want. They don't know what they want.
I guess it's confusion because the weave, when it's done, it looks nice. The thing I prefer my wife to wear a different hairstyle because when she puts a weave in, it don't last as long. When she wears braids, it lasts longer, and it seems like her hair does better. But if she wants to wear a weave, I'm okay with it. I have no problem.
I just
That's
noticed they don't care at all. Like I just wore a wig on my head because I don't want to touch my hair because
mhm.
it's better to not touch your hair than keep like touching and then irritating it, etc. Especially if your hair is like type 4. So like I just put it in cornrows, don't touch it, put on like a wig, go running, etc. And then what I notice is usually like white guys, they like my wig, but they also like my natural. Like it's just I don't know. It's like they do not
Like
care
we
about
don't
your head.
care.
They do not
It's
care
like
what's on your hair.
they like you how they can get you.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that white men that are into black women embrace everything there is about a black woman, from how she looks, um, how she carries herself, how she talks, how she wears her hair. Um, we're just in love, and the thing of it is my wife can wear a weave, a wig, braids. I don't care. I love her, whatever she wants. I love braids because I think that's beautiful, but she can wear what she wants. Um, but I just don't understand these men. Well, you're trying to be like white women wearing a weave. How is that? Um, white women get perms and stuff. Are they trying to be black? I mean, nobody goes in on them for that. I mean, and so I've seen white women wear cornrows, and it seems like most women that wear cornrows, it seems like they're dating black men. From what I know, I never seen white women that are married to white men or date white men wear cornrows. But
Oh,
I'm sure they're
there's
out
this
there.
thing. There's a certain
Um,
hairstyle that's called the I like black men, I got biracial kids hairstyle. Uh, of a white
what is
woman. I don't
that?
know how to describe it. It's like like um a lady that have like a half shaved like one of her side of her head is shaved and then the other's like coming down to the side, almost touching her face, and it's like short. People literally feel like that's the I like black men and I got biracial kids hairstyle. I don't know how
Oh,
to
is that what
describe
it
it.
is?
Like, half shaved side of hair, and then the other one's like coming down.
Hey, maybe I should do that, guys. Maybe I should wear a black man's hairstyle and say I got biracial kids. Maybe I should throw some.
Look,
This
don't
seems
do it.
silly. What? I do have biracial kids. Maybe I need to wear a
You are a
hairstyle.
mess.
You know what? If I did that, you know what? My channel would probably explode because people would be clicking on, laughing at me, and just it would be hilarious. Wear some dreadlocks, yeah, maybe, yeah. Brent the Tyrone. No, I don't want to be Tyrone. What is? Okay.
The Brit wrong.
Yeah. I'm gonna come in with cornrows the next day. My hair's so short, I'll have to glue some hair to it. Oh, that's funny.
Oh my goodness. Arta Aries said you get a fade with some lightning bolts on the side.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Brett would look good with a fade.
I think so too.
I'd pay money for that. Instead, Brett, if you decide to get a fade, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it.
What is a fade?
Oh God.
A Caesar or a fade? Just
I'm going to research that. A Caesar or a fade? Okay,
really,
you guys.
you don't know what a fade is?
No, what is a fade?
Look, Brent doesn't get black hairstyles. He just dates black women.
Yeah, that's.
He just has a black wife. Probably,
Yeah,
you know what? Something your I'm not sure like what your brother-in-law looks like, but he probably has a fade. Most black men have a fade.
Yeah, but I thought like the wife, like as soon as like a white guy meet a black girl, like he knows the season, he know lemon pepper, he know garlic pepper, he know cayenne pepper, he know fade, he know lemon, he know everything. I thought he'd know everything, like the seasoning, the hairstyles, the language. I thought they know everything.
No, am I behind? Do I need to get educated? I guess I do.
I can't really see your hair to like determine or whatever. But it's like it's like your hair is tapered down to like, so it from like what length that you have, and so it kind of goes, the hair fades down to basically nothing.
Oh, where the sides are shaved?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I've cut my hair like that before, but I wasn't trying to act like a black man. I'm just.
Oh no, there's a lot of white guys that get fades, and they go to black barbers to get them. So
Okay.
it's no big.
I'll let my hair grow out, and I'll do that experience. I'll tell them to give me a fade. I'll go to a black barber and see what. You know what? I had to film that and see. Now, if I look goofy, I'm cutting my hair off and wearing a hat till it grows back.
Yeah.
Look, I just want to tell you, I love you guys. Y'all are like the best part of my day.
Doesn't know the
That's
term.
bussin'.
Bussin'? No, I don't know what that is. Guys, you got to understand, I'm a white man in a white neighborhood with a black wife that grew up in a white neighborhood. So all this stuff, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm confused. I'm out there. I'll be honest. I don't know what bussin' and fades and all this stuff is. What is that?
Well, bussin' is new slang terminology.
Oh, okay.
He's basically my poobah right now. Oh my God, this gives me so much trauma. It gives me so much trauma. You remind me of my guy. Jesus Christ. He don't know what bussin' mean either. Even though I tried telling him. And I'd be like, can you say in a sentence? He's like, that's bussin', babe. I'm like, no,
Ask my
never say
son.
that ever again.
I'll ask my son. The only thing I know about hairstyles, you know, how black men get the wavy thing going, and because I
Mm-hmm.
was cutting hair one time and in the army, and this black guy said, "Cut my hair from the back forward," and I said, "Why?" He said, "Because it leaves it wavy or something." And I tried that with my son, and his hair is wavy too, like that. Not as much because he's got more straighter hair because he's biracial, but he still had that like curve type, that the wave type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I know about black men's hairstyles type. But I will ask my son about that. What is it? Ask my
Busted.
son. Bus. Yeah, I'm going to ask him.
Okay.
But you know what? He grew up in a white neighborhood too. Really,
Well,
he's an army brat. He grew up in these small towns that were mostly white people, so he might not have a clue either. Well, I don't know. I will ask him though. He probably knows more than I. I know he knows more than I do. But yeah,
No, no, no. Definitely do not get waves. Oh my God. Brett, do
what
not
are
get
don't
waves?
get
waves.
waves.
Please do not get waves.
I
Mm-mm.
look, guys. I'm not going to get no crazy hair. My hair is the way it is. Okay. I just want it short and neat. That's it. He's in the military. He knows. Okay. Yeah, he probably does. But anyway, back to the subject. uh,
Ooh, on fleek. I remember on fleek. Um,
yeah. But I'm confused right now. You guys got me in left field. I don't know what.
Okay, let's stop
what,
talking about hairstyles.
okay, so
Let's talk
let's get back on
about,
topic. Let's get back on topic.
yeah, let's get back on
Well,
topic. We're talking about
yeah.
black women and white men.
So
Okay.
is your Zaddy Academy going to be talking about how white men can actually approach black women?
Okay. You guys are giving my trolls ammunition. Now they're going to call me Brent Quavius. Okay. What is that? Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, my head hurts. Uh, no, I just want to be myself. Okay. But anyway, back to the subject. Look, guys, if we want to interracially date and marry, we got to open up our options. We got to get out of that comfort zone. And hey, guys, when I start doing the Swirl to Investment Academy, that's going to be a show we do together. And if you guys are interested in getting with me after the show, because it's going to be a short show live, and then we're going to have like a private stream. And if you're interested in doing that, let me know. Shoot me an email. Um, and we'll do that where we have our own stream where it's just us, where the only people get to come on is who I give the link to. And I will email the link because I don't want no trolls coming into that. It's going to
Okay.
be our own little space. And look, we can talk about things. I was even thinking about showing videos and stuff. And I think we can when it's private, as long as nobody else sees it. We're not trying to monetize anybody's stuff or anything. It'll just be like a private between us. You know what I
Is
mean?
is
I'm
it just for the
interested.
guys or is it for the guys and the girls?
Guys and girls. I mean, look, it's part of the panel, the network. I mean, you're part of the network, whether you're a man or woman. If you're interested, we can do this. It'll be like a Patreon thing, kind of, sort of, in a way, but nobody pays nothing. I would love to do a Patreon if it was free for everybody. I'm not trying to make money off it. I want us to have like like a gathering we have, and I want to help out the ladies and the guys too, on open up their options. And I want to be a blessing to you guys. I don't want you know what people want from YouTube are different things. There are reasons people create a channel on YouTube. Okay. Some do it because they want to be internet famous, they want to make money, and some just want to connect with people that believe like they do, that share the same experiences. And that's where I'm at. I just want to connect. I want to have, I want to uplift people, black women. I want to uplift black women and other men too that are interested in dating black women. Good men, not fetishizers or people looking for the experience. I want men that really love black women to be in my space. I want the men that want to swirl to investment, not the ones to swirl for fun. Okay. And if you're that guy that just trying to have fun, go away. But if you're serious, you love black women, you're welcome. And black women, I want to uplift black women and let black women know you have more options than what's in, the community. Okay. And I want to, let you guys know that there are men, non-black men that love you, that want to be with you. But you got to be careful too. There are predators too. Okay. In all races.
Yes.
So that's what I want to do. I want to have something we can connect on, something we can do on this platform, something that helps us all out. And the thing I get out of this is a blessing, connecting with you. I've made so many friends on this YouTube. I've had, connected with so many people and learned a lot and found out that, black women, white men, we're so much alike. It's not even funny. And if we just learn to love each other, we can have something so special and something so beautiful that can be everlasting. And you know what? And I share my life with you guys with, me and my wife, Sandy. We've been married over 28 years. We got 3 kids and two granddaughters. Okay. And we made it work. There were haters along the way. There were people that shamed my wife and told me not to do it. And you know what? But at the end of the day, we have true love. Our marriage lasted where theirs didn't. So don't be caught up on stereotypes, generalizations, and don't believe everything you hear. Find out for yourself. And so many women have sent me emails and in the comment section saying, where do I find white men? How do I get in this interracial relationship? Because I'm interested. What do I do? And guys, I want to help. And at times it stresses me out because I'm trying to figure out, how do I help these ladies? How do I mean, I can't be where you're at and talk to you and take you places and mingle with my friends and your friends. I don't have the resources to do this. And I can't put together a dating service. Okay. I got 6,500 subscribers, and that's beautiful, but that's not enough people to do a dating service. I can't do that.
It's a start.
Yeah, I know. And I want to get there. I want to have where we come together and do a dating show. I've always wanted to do that, but I don't have the numbers to do it the way I want to do it. So I'm going to start with the Swirl to Investment Academy. And I encourage men to come in here and look, if you're in the black women, they're here. Beautiful black women that I've got to know on this channel that are women of faith, women that have love in their heart and just want a man that loves them. Meet white men at Brass Pro Shop. Yes, this is true. Hey, white men love white men love Bass Pro Shop. I love Bass
and Michaels.
And Michaels. Okay. Well, I don't know about that. My wife loves Michaels, but I like
You're not gonna find Brent and Michaels. You're not gonna find Brent and Michaels.
Well, you'll find me there because I'll be with my wife because she likes to go shopping there. Um,
Mhm. But
but
like maybe an auto parts store, maybe.
yeah, and that's when I need parts for my car.
And Duffy's with Duffy's Sports Bar being
Duffy
on.
Sports
Or
Bar,
or PBR if they still have them.
PBR.
Like we used to have a PBR, and it's like you can do country line dancing or ride the bull.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right, yeah. Hey, that's a good thing, ladies. Are you in the white guys that are like country that wear cowboy hats and like to work on the ranch and these guys are in good shape and amazingly a lot of these men there are a lot of men out there like that love black women and but I'm serious and if and I've seen them in country clubs where there's a black woman there and there's these guys that can't wait to show them how to line dance and all this other stuff. I've seen it. Ladies, you might, I'm just saying, go with some friends. Don't go alone because you're going to feel awkward and out of place. But really, these white men are out there. You just got to get out there. Home Depot, yeah, I'm at Home Depot a lot because I'm buying stuff for my yard. Uh, Find me at Target. Um, okay, so black women are at Target. I go to Target a lot.
Look, it's not Target, it's Target.
Oh, Target. Where's Target?
Target is the bougie way of saying Target.
Oh, okay. Okay, Target. Okay. Is that the French spin on it?
Yeah, well, I mean, Target is a French company, so you might as well say Target.
Where do you
That's all those extra T's is Target.
shop at
Oh,
Target?
the
Okay, I'll say it right. Target. Gosh, you're going to put me in timeout for saying it wrong.
hey, I'm just saying, if
No,
you're a true connoisseur of Target, then it's not Target, it's Target.
Target. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Is that really a thing?
Yes, a lot of people call it Target. Be like, where are you going, Target?
Oh, wow. Okay. What do they call Walmart? Warget?
Wally World.
Wally World. Yeah. I know that one. Yeah.
And the one there's one at my that's not or we have like they have the little the market ones, but the super Walmart, I call that club Walmart because after the club it was like be packed with people. And
Hey
if
guys,
you go there late at night.
I gotta do this, okay? Hello, my fellow Americans. This is the Roadrunner 89, and I'm running for president in 2024 or 2028 or whenever. So get out there and vote. Remember, Roadrunner 89. And I think I could do a better job than the last president, this president, and many other ones. So get out there and vote. See you at the polls. Okay, there's my campaign. We're in the political season, and hey, look, guys, let me get on the big screen. There I am campaigning. Right, I'm a real guy, a blue collar guy with a hockey jersey. Hey, you got to vote for me, seriously.
You did that
Look,
when you were in Dallas, right?
San Antonio.
San
No,
Antonio.
actually, Washington D.C. Joe Biden was taking a nap, and I snuck in there, and it was tough getting past the Secret Service, but I did it, and that was my campaign. Um, you know, so look, hey, get out there and vote for Roadrunner 89. You know what? I'm tired of the Democrat Party, the Republican Party. Um, I'm going to be a new party, the Swirl Party, the Swirl to Investment Party, where we embrace black women and white men. And if you vote for me, there'll be no taxes for black women and white men. You know, and I'll say, Tyrone and Becky, I'm going to throw you a few coins through the side and help you out. I'm not going to give you as good a deal as us, sorry, but I will give you something because everyone should love who they want to love, and you know, so yeah, the swirl party, okay. So
This
get
country
out.
was never meant to have just two parties.
That's right. So I'm going to be that third wheel in the political system. So get out there and vote.
You got my vote.
Yeah, you got my vote.
All right. You know what? I need to go back over there and do another one because that was funny.
You got a lot of people. You got a lot of people that say that you have their vote.
Yeah. All right. So hey, I don't know. Maybe I should start running. You know what? Black women would have. I would take care of black women. You would live in luxury under my presidency.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then you can set up your White Zaddy Academy.
Oh yeah. I would change the White House to the White Zaddy House. I think it could work. All right.
Oh my goodness. I
All
can't
right.
even.
Alexander,
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alexander.
good to see you, brother.
Hey, it's good to see you too. Um, I, I was on the live earlier when I was at work. You know,
Oh, okay.
I was yeah. Um, I was on Sweet Life of Atari's live stream, and I put my 2 cents in there, and
Uh,
you know and because it's funny to me, you know you have you have the black women who would mammy for black men. But here's the thing. I'm starting to see I'm starting to see now I'm starting to see I'm starting to see people holding black men accountable. Like it was this one black dude I know. He said he separated himself from the black male worshippers because he knows how black men actually look in the dominant society. And because you have all the all this stuff happening, you know yeah, yeah, the conservative white men are going to look at black men, who do that stuff real side-eyed. And
mhm.
you know and about the topic, I think is a great topic. I support you know the show that you're trying to build up.
Mhm.
I support that idea 100%.
Thank you so much, Alexander. And you know what? I love you, brother. Look, Alexander, he's a black man and he has character. He loves black women. This man is a diamond in the rough. He is. And I have the utmost love and respect for Alexander. This guy tells it like it is. You know, he holds men accountable. And as a black man doing this, sir, I mean, you're setting the example how men should be. We should hold men accountable, men that look like us too. And, he calls black men out. And there are trashy white men out there too. Um, the black community marriage is at 30%. Well, the white community is at 52%. So there's 48% of trash white men. So we're all going to hell in a handbasket, sort of say. But I love black women, and I want to uplift black women and show the world the beauty of black women and love and respect and protect black women. That's what I want. Alexander wants that too. Okay. And if you guys don't know about his channel is at Alexander Brandon. Go over there, listen to his shows. He's got good content. Show him some love. Give him a like, subscribe. He's got a lot of character. And from the time I've known him and from what I've seen, I'm just impressed on how he, holds people accountable. How, he wants the best for black women. And in today's world, we need more men like that. We need more men that will stand up for black women, that will protect black women, that will love black women. Black women are a hidden treasure in our country and around the world. They really are. And we're around black women every day. And unfortunately, a lot of men do not see the true beauty in black women. And a lot of it is because they're not around black women. And I think black men don't see it because they've been spoiled by black men. By black women. Black men have been taken care of by black women. And what I mean by that is uplifting black men, telling them how much they love black men, how they only want to be with black men. Black women are going heart and soul for black men. They do. Okay. And that's just how black women are. They love, if they love you, they give you everything. Okay. But it's time us as men in our country start showing love to black women, start uplifting black women, and start telling the truth about black women and get this angry black woman stereotype out of here. And let's show the educated black woman that we see in true life, the professional black woman we see in true life, the biggest entrepreneur, the most spiritual black women in today's world. Okay? This is what we need to do. And I'm willing to do this. My brother Alexander is fighting the good fight alongside with me and others that lift up black women. And I want to see more white men out there uplifting black women. Do you have the courage to do that? Because if you're a real man, you would. Okay? And the best thing we can do on this social media is tell the truth about black women and acknowledge their accomplishments. They are the most educated. You better start saying it. They are the most successful when it comes to entrepreneurs. Black women are the most loving women on this earth. They have the biggest hearts. They're the most loyal. And it saddens me and it disturbs me that only 27% of black women right now are married. That is a disgrace. That is disgusting. And us as men better pull our head out of our butt and see the blessing we really have. And I would say to other men of other races, uplift black women. And you know what? And if I could go on all night, but what I'm saying is we need to give black women the love and respect they deserve. We need to give them the protection they deserve. And if you're not living in their community to protect them physically, you can get online and you can uplift black women and you can tell the truth. And that don't mean slamming other women. It's just telling the truth about black women. I think that's all a lot of black women want, is to have men acknowledge what they've done, their hard work. If they're the most educated, give it to them. They earned it. If they're the biggest entrepreneur, say it. They did it. And people ask me, that's weird that you only want to be with a black woman. Well, yeah, black women are the best option. Black women are the most beautiful, and not just the physical part, what's in the heart and the soul. is the most beautiful too. And
Hey,
I would choose.
Brett. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry to cut you
okay,
off.
go
I
ahead.
got I got work
Oh,
later. I'm gonna go to sleep right now. But thank you for having me on. I would go on a whole preaching um you know stuff right now, but it's just like I'm so tired. I love your content, and I support you, and I'm happy that you give a space for black women and white men to talk their interests out about each other. And the people on the panel, thank you for being such a good sport. And everyone in the chat, good night, and good night, Brent.
hey, good night, DK, and thank you so much. And I'm sorry I got winded, but this is what I'm passionate about. DK, have a good night. And sorry, guys, if I get winded and you're gonna jump off, just stop me. This is my passion. And look, I've seen black women being dragged left and right, and I'm tired of it. It's stupid. It's disgusting. We need to love black women, and if black men won't do it, well, other races of men need to do it. We need to step in. Um, Seriously, I believe that. And the good black men, the true ones that are protecting and providing for black women, God's going to bless you. And I think all men that uplift black women, God's going to bless. And if you're tearing them down, you're going to have some consequences too. This thing of tearing down black women, this is disgusting. We need to stand up to this. Okay. Um, and in my opinion, there's not enough men doing it. In fact, that's obvious. But I'll be there. I know my brother Alexander will be there. And ladies, I'll just say I love you. You are beautiful. You are the most beautiful woman inside and out. Okay? And don't let nobody take that from you. Never lower your standards. You are the prize. Okay? And if a man can't accept you as the prize and acknowledge your accomplishment and uplift you, he don't deserve you. Okay. And I'm going to stop there because I'll keep going for hours and hours. And you guys will be saying, okay, when's he going to stop? We love what he's saying, but he keeps going and round and round. That's me. Sorry, guys. I just get.
Yeah, it's fine. I have a live schedule for tomorrow night, and we're gonna be talking about different things. The first thing we're gonna be talking about will be dang. I think the first topic we're gonna be talking about is black women keeping their standards high, and then um, the next topic we're gonna be talking about is why black men want women who would cater, who would care about the plight of their racism, and but here's the thing, and the third thing we're gonna be talking about will be why black men are afraid to rebuild the old cities in the black community, because the way I see it, black men should not be talking because they refuse to rebuild the cities that that the other bad you know that other people tore down. I just and it, that it, I'm just gonna say that, and then we're just gonna be talking about random stuff for the rest of the life, and that's it. But I will be making a TED talk talking about the faults that black men have, because black men, no, they being treated like victims way too much now, way too much. And do I blame the mammies and the pick of the black community that put black men on a pedestal, and that black men are getting away, are actually being excused from their own, responsibility? Of, of, of well, of course I do, because this should not be happening. Black men should be held accountable for everything they ever do. But we got black male worshippers who would like to, you know, who would like to march and say and make excuses for the black man. And right now, I'm getting sick and tired of it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, and you make a good point. And I would say this, and I would say to the pygmishas or mammies, you love black men, you want them to be better, you want them to be top men on this planet. This is what you do. You hold them accountable, okay? Because a man cannot reach his potential if he's not accountable. If he has an excuse, he's not going be the best he can be. He's just always going to have that excuse and not have to work if it's not his fault. And here's the thing, that's any man. Seriously. If we're not held accountable, it's human nature to take the easy way out. If you have an excuse, if it's white supremacy because you're not successful, that's your crutch. Then your marriage rate is low, it's white supremacy. Then your kids have no fathers, that's white supremacy. Then everything turns into an excuse. Okay? And I'm not downplaying white supremacy because it does exist. There is racism out there, but it's blown well out of proportion. Most of us white people, we're not like that. And we hate racism more than you do because we hate being called racist all the time for being white. We hate it. We've grown to just accept it because it just happens. But the thing of it is if you don't hold men accountable, they cannot compete. And that starts as little boys to men. And there needs to be more fathers in the home, because men that don't have a father, they have two strikes against them. And, we're finding that black women and white men are the most successful at marriage. Why? It's not that they're better. It's because they're held accountable. That's the key. You got to hold men accountable because they're the leaders. They got to take the blame most of the time because they're the leaders. You can't be a leader when you hold your wife accountable, but you have an excuse. It don't work. If you're the leader, it's your fault when it goes bad. And if it's not your fault, you're not the leader. I'm just saying, if my family has problem, it's my fault. The single mother rate in the white community is my fault. In the collective, it's white men's fault. We have a lot of single mothers as white people. We do, and it's our fault. And there's racism, white supremacy. It's our fault in the collective. But the thing of it is we can be better because we know where our faults are. We know where we have to improve. But if we have an excuse and something's holding us back, it's never our fault. So we can never get better. All we can do is sit back and complain. You understand what I'm saying? It's all about accountability, and it's all about men being leaders in the community, in your family. And we need to fix this as a nation. We really do. Or we're going to have more problems. And this ain't a race thing. It's a character thing. No man is better than the next man. What sets men apart is their decisions and their character. That's what makes a man successful or a failure, by his choices in life. Yeah, some have more opportunities than others. That's the way the world is. The world ain't fair. But a good man will rise above the obstacles in his way, because he'll keep fighting till he conquers it. But I think that's the problem right there. Holding men accountable. And I see so many times black men blaming black women, these pygmishas blaming black women. All you're doing is destroying the men in your community, because you're giving them an easy way out. I'm just saying. That is truth. You want the men in your community to be the best? I have no problem with black women loving black men and thinking they're the greatest thing on earth. You're supposed to. But here's the thing. You got to hold them accountable, or they're not going to be able to compete. And then you're going to see these Brads rolling up in the neighborhood, taking Keisha out and giving her a better life until you fix yourself. And it starts with the man. You want to rebuild the community, the family, you need to rebuild the man first. And if you're not going to do that, you're going to just experience failure. But anyway, that's my opinion. And, ladies, choose a man with good character. Choose a man that loves you. And you know what? Us as men, we better freaking step up. And if you want to date and marry a black woman, you better be on your A game. You better be the best man you can be. Because if you're not, you don't deserve her. And it's time we accepted that. It's time we started protecting black women. And it's not black men's responsibility alone. It's us as white men and other groups of men. Just saying. Okay, guys, sorry. I get passionate and I just go on and on. But that's how I feel. Okay.
Dang, it looks like I'm the only one that's up. Looks like it. I don't.
Look, you're speaking truth. I can't argue with truth. And I mean, I think another reason why, black women and white men are compatible is because they both take accountability for the things that they do and they say.
Yeah. And black women are held accountable all the time. Well, black women, you need to do better. You know what? Black women, you need to choose better. Black women, you need to do this and that. Well, from what I've seen, black women have done enough. They don't need to do no better. They just need to be loved and respected. That's what needs to happen. It's men that need to step up their game. It's men that need to be real men. That's what's going on. It's not the women's fault. Black women are doing the best they can with what they got. And unfortunately, black women have the lowest marriage rate, most out of birth rate. And I blame men for that, because women gravitate what the men do in their community. They have no choice. And if the men ain't going to marry them, they're stuck in a catch-22. But yet we're going to turn around and blame women. That makes no damn sense at all. But anyway. But you got to fix the man before you can fix anybody else, because he's the leader, whether he steps up to the plate or not. And he's going to be held accountable by God. Anyway, sorry. I don't want to.
I mean, your soapbox is valid. I can't fault your soapbox. And Josh is right. Men, it does start with men are the leaders, and so until they fix the issues themselves and whatever, it's just a cycle that's going to repeat itself.
Yeah. And you know what? And here's the thing: we need to fix it across the board. And I'm all for interracial relationships and dating and marriage. But I'm going to tell you this too. And people go in on me and they say, well, what about black love? Black love. Well, you know what? I'm the biggest fan of black love because I want it to be successful. Here's the reason why. That way, black women have more husbands. That way, black women, there are more black wives than black single mothers. That's what I want. And you know what? When the black community thrives, America thrives. Okay. And yes, every community suffers when we have out of birth rates, when we have single mothers by themselves raising the kids, because you know what? We all pay for that. Okay. In society through our taxes, through crime rate, because usually kids have more trouble when they come from single parent families. And I'm not going in on people from single parent families because women that, you know, that are single mothers love their kids. They do the best they can. But when the father's not around, it hurts society and everything. So I wish in the black community, when they say that black men marry black women, 87% marry black women, I wish that was true instead of 80% of 30%. And here's the thing, if it was 100%, there would still be plenty of black women left out there that other men that love black women too could have a black wife too. There's nothing taking anything from nobody. You know, at this point, people that hate black women that marry white men, what are you doing? Why do you hate them? When only 27% of black women are married. Really?
Hey, Brett, can
Yeah.
I share a comment with you?
Yes, sir.
And this comment, you know, is from a black man. His name is Brian Sharpley.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he said, I'm a black man, and I recently had to disassociate myself from a black male worshiper. It's not that I despise black men, but this is America, so their actions is a reflection of me in a white male dominated society. And notice he said that. And that's why I'm holding them accountable. I'm holding them accountable because I have to work harder in my career because they've been proven to be unfit leaders, both personally and professionally. Anyone that coddles a black man, I have no problem eliminating them. The
Wow.
more excuses black men and black women make for them, the more it the more egregious behavior they choose to partake in. Unfortunately, we unfortunately we do live in a society where one bad apple spoils it all. Coddling black men isn't it, and is a disservice to those who are trying to stand out from the damaged collective.
Yeah. Wow. That's well said. And that's character. You know what? You know what character is? is telling the truth. Whether it hurts me or you, we got to do it. And here's the thing, us as people, we're all flawed. And till we realize that, we're not going to improve. And the thing of it is when you take that sword of truth and you wield that sword, you're going to cut a lot of people. You're also going to cut yourself. But that's okay, because when we know where our faults are, we could fix them. We could work on it. We can become better. And really, that's what it's about. And, I fell in love with Black women way back in the day because I was shown kindness. I was shown love starting as a 5-year-old boy. And I've seen beauty in Black women my whole life. And it just breaks my heart that I'm watching on YouTube and social media platforms where we're just tearing down, where people are just tearing down Black women. And you know why Black women aren't considered the beauty standard? In my opinion, it's because Black men didn't make them the beauty standard. And I believe Black women are the most beautiful, inside and out.
Well, we kind of are the beauty standard. It's just the thing is that we know that we're the beauty standard. It's just that the beauty standard that's being perpetrated is the one that white women are doing, but white women are stealing all their beauty standards from Black women.
Yeah.
So we know that we are the standard. It's just that we don't get credit we never get credit for what we do.
Yeah, that's better said than what I was saying. Yeah, you're absolutely right. How many things that Black women do that other women imitate? And I'm not just talking white women. I'm talking all women. Serious.
And
Look at the Kardashians. They're trying to be Black women so bad, it's not even funny. And I guess Kim is trying to be white woman now. I don't know what's going on with that craziness.
she done lost her mind. That's all.
Yeah, it's something's loose up there. She needs to get back with Kanye. He's the best thing she'll ever have, in my opinion. You're not going to get Elon Musk or whatever. You're not going to get a white man has more value than you. I just don't believe that. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think the best thing she had, she let go. And
But
I'm just
it's like braids were not popular until they decided they wanted to be popular. And now I see like white women wearing head scarves. I'm like, really? You wearing a headscarf?
they're going to be wearing bonnets next. Well, I've seen some white women wearing bonnets. Look, ladies, you are the standard of beauty. Society might not tell you this, but you are. And you know what's funny about that is there's going to come a day when Black women are just going to roll up in and it's done. And white men are going to say, dang, I got a chance at her. Well, okay, Becky, love you and I miss you, but I'm going with Keisha.
I hate to say this cliche, but it's often true. Once you go Black, you never go back. Because even the white guys that dated Black women, they continue to date Black women. They don't go back to white women.
Oh, you are so true in that. They don't. Even if white men are in failed relationships with Black women, they go find another Black woman. You notice that?
Yeah. So because it's like we treat you better than you get treated with a white woman, and even if it goes wrong, you still have a better chance of being treated well by a Black woman.
Ooh, yeah, that is so true. And look at the divorce rate in the white community. No wonder white men are. And I better stop because I don't want to seem like I'm attacking white women, but white men are opening up their options, and it's exploding with Asian women. Well, it has for years, but white men date and marry out more than white women right now. Statistically, they do. And just wait, you're going to see an explosion with black women. And as it gets more normalized, the numbers are going to increase. Here in the near future, we're going to be a biracial nation. I'll just see it happening. Because Tyrone likes those Beckys, and white men, they're seeing black women and they're saying, you know what, we got a better option over here. And a lot of white men that have wanted to be with black women think they don't have a chance. Just wait till they start feeling confident. Things are going to shift. But anyway.
Yeah, and Coco Boss, yeah, white men are not aggressive. Well, but the thing about it is that you're saying that white men are not aggressive enough. I think they just need to tweak it just a little bit, because you don't want them to go so far over that they're going to black men aggressive, because black men aggressive is not cool.
Yeah. And I will say this, and from what I've talked to my daughters with black men, they haven't gravitated to black men. They've kept their distance. And one thing they've told me is they're too aggressive. It freaks them out that they just go at them so hard. And even when they say no, it's like they don't give up.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't understand the word no.
Yeah. So I would say, you know what? White men do need to tweak this. I would say be more forward, okay? But be loving and respectful. And you know what? If men got together, black men and white men, and we talked about this, we can create a perfect situation. Because black men are too aggressive, white men ain't aggressive enough. If we met in the happy middle, oh gosh, we would, you know what? It
would be awesome, but the thing about it is that black men, when they approach you and they violate your personal space. They don't. It's like they don't even know what the bubble is. Versus a white man, will keep the space and they'll talk to you. And I mean that's like the major difference. And I hate to say this, but a lot of black women have been abused in some way, shape, form, or another, whether it's sexually, mentally, or physically. And when you violate that little personal space, I don't know if they're trying to intimidate or what, but that is not. You can actually send somebody into a panic attack when you violate somebody's personal space like that.
Yeah, it freaks women out. It does, and I can understand why. I mean, you don't know what this man's going to do. He's aggressive. Could he snap if you say no? Could he hit you with the skateboard and try to bite your eye out because you didn't accept his wine? No, I'm just saying. Those are examples, though, that it does freak you out. J10 has a question. Mm-hmm. Are black men attracted to your daughters? Yes, they are. My daughters are their preference. Yes. Since they are obsessed with mixed, yes. Oh, yeah. No, they're attracted. My daughters are beautiful. I mean, my oldest daughter is married to a white man, and my youngest daughter, her boyfriend is a white man also. But yeah, black men are attracted to my daughter. Yes, they stay away because they were freaked out. I think it's not in our. And I mean, be honest, my daughters were raised in a white culture, so they understand. I think they're just more comfortable with the Brad because that's their community, and it's just the way it is. But yeah, black men are attracted to my daughter. I mean, my daughters are beautiful. I'm just going to say it, and it's not just because I'm biased because they're my daughters, but they are beautiful. Yes.
Look, they are, and your daughter She has her own channel. She's absolutely beautiful. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, what's your daughter's channel? So
oh, it's on my community page.
I like the video that you had shared that time. Um, but it's like black men don't know what they want. And it's like I am so can I just my rant is just I'm just so tired of people telling me who I am.
Yeah, yeah, you can rant. Oh yeah, I've ranted all night. Go ahead.
I am so tired of people telling me who I am. And it's like and then they want to know my lineage because I can't possibly be black. And then I
Mhm.
always have to say my parents are black, their parents are black, and their parents are black. And oh no, you have to have something mixed in. Well, according to my ancestry, I do not have any Asian in me. You can perceive that I am Asian all you want, but it's
Mhm.
not in me. Can you just, look at me. If I tell you I'm black, leave it at that.
Yeah.
Um, don't make me go back and say, oh, well, if you go back, they're all black until you get to my great grandmother, who her mother was raped by a white man. And so that's what that is. And then, so, oh, yeah, that's where you're getting your hair and your features from. Just, why do you have to be so just, oh,
You know what? Just accept. You know what? I agree with you, Afro Angelique. Yeah, they should just accept what you tell them. Hey, didn't don't they accept Mariah Carey as being black?
well, I mean, Mariah said at one point in time, I'm not black. And then she went back to being black. So she
Oh,
don't,
okay. Well,
her thing is she don't know who, but it's just like, I don't I know who I am, and it was just like even as I was growing up, I got clocked at 7 different nationalities, and I'm just like, "Wow, another one." It's just
well,
another one.
you
"Oh,
could
you
be
Filipino and black?"
any.
No.
You
Even when
know
I
what?
went to my hairdresser, "Are you Dominican?" No. Um, it's just like I can nobody it's like my face and my complexion and my hair, nobody can look at me and tell me who I am, and so they wanna grill me, and I'm just like, "I'm black." Just can you just accept that and move on? Because apparently my nationality is more important than who I am.
Yeah, I accidentally muted myself. Maybe I need to stop talking. um, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. My youngest daughter gets that a lot. What are you? Are you Hispanic? Are you Indian? Um,
Yes. Yes, it's like
yeah, I mean, I know what you're talking about because my daughters talked to me about that, and it's funny because there was some kid that hit on my daughter in front of my wife. They were in a store, and my wife was standing there right there watching it, and she was like, "Excuse me, what did you say to my daughter?" And I guess his eyes got big, and he's like freaked out. Um, but yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying because my daughter tells me that too. She's both, and she don't claim one over the other. She knows who she is, and I
mhm,
don't care if she claimed black or white. I think that's her right. If you're biracial, I think you should be able to be black or white. If you're both, why not? There are people. Look, there are white people that say, "Oh, I'm Irish," but they have 20% Irish,
yeah.
or they say, "Well, I'm French," but you only got 15% of that.
I can
So
say I'm
what?
Spanish. I got 2% of that.
Yeah, yeah, but they're able to claim that, right?
Yeah.
So why can't someone that's half black and white decide what they want to be, or just be biracial?
Mm.
Um,
And
I
most
think,
people that are I'm sorry, but most people that are biracial will tell you that they are biracial.
yeah, they will. And I think it's because they've been told they're not white and they're not black. And my opinion on this, I don't care what they claim. I think that's like race worship. Like, oh, to be white, you got to be purely white, or black, you got to be black. To me, that is the dumbest crap ever. We're just people. You know what? And what a man or woman calls themselves, why do we have a problem with that? We allow people that were born men say they're women, or women that were born women say they're men. We allow that, but we can't. Oh, if you have a little different race in you, you can't claim one or the other. What are we doing?
I mean, it's so, and the thing about it is that if you tell somebody my parents are black, and I shouldn't have to go further than that. I shouldn't have to go a couple generations back because
You know what, though?
you can't accept what you see.
Afro Angelique, though, you know what? You know what you are. And you know what? Love who you are. And who
Oh,
cares
I
what
love
they
me.
think?
I'm fabulous, and I tell people all the time, I don't get older, I just get more fabulous.
Yeah. So whatever they say is irrelevant. You know what you are. And if they can't accept that, that's their problem. They're at that point, they're just weirdos. They're colorists. They're uh, and why does that even matter? If you say what you are, accept that. Why does that even matter? I don't even know. But don't let that get to you. I
I
mean,
don't, but it's just like when I go on the dating apps or whatever, and it's just like, oh, are you Asian? No, I just smiled and my eyes went crinkly. um, no, it's just it's like it's getting to a point where it's just like any guy that tries to talk to me, they want to break down my ethnicity, my nationality before they start dating me, and that's just irritating.
that's weird. That's wow. Well, you probably want to stay away from those guys though, because I they're looking for something instead of the beautiful person you are. Um,
Yeah, it's just it has nothing to do with my identity. I love who I am. I know who I am. It's just I get tired, and it's like I get so tired of being grilled about my ethnicity. It's just accept what I say and move on.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to get that out.
No, that's fine. No, I don't mind you. I mean, hey, yeah, people are just stupid. I mean, just you are who you are, and if they love you, they love you. If not, they can kick rocks and go somewhere else.
Yeah,
Um,
because people don't understand that black people can create any color in the color spectrum.
yep.
Any anything from white to black and everything in between. So, um, but it's just so irritating, and I'm sorry because it's just I hop on and off like these dating sites, and then it's just and that I've been bombarded with it, and so that's why I'm on this little rant.
Yeah. Hey, don't let that get you down. Sometimes these dating sites, they get weird and crazy. I've heard horror stories that women tell me, yeah, I tried this dating site and I just wanted to date white men and this black guy, hit my platform and I told him I wasn't interested. And then um, I've heard people say they have a profile of a white guy and it's actually something else. Or uh, be careful of the dating sites. I'm not saying it's not a good way to meet people because I've heard people say they met their husband or wife through it and it worked out. Just be careful. I know it's a different world today. I'm a Gen Xer. The only women I had relationships with is the women I talked to face. And I think dating sites is easier in a way because they reject you by the keyboard instead of telling you, hey, I'm not attracted to you, I'm not interested. it's harder to be told that face to face. But then again, I think it builds character too as a man, because you're able to take rejection and move on. And what you see is what you get. If I approach you in the grocery store and try to talk to you, you see me, you see how I look, how I talk, how I carry myself. You get a visual of who I am because it's right in front of you. It's real.
Yeah.
Dating app, I could show you my best picture ever. I could show you a picture of me at 20 and you'd say, dang, you look pretty good. And then you see me today and say, what the hell is this? I'm just saying. I mean, hey, that's it in a nutshell. So be careful, guys. But that's what you get a lot of times in the dating site, right?
Yeah, and it's so and people are so not of good character nowadays.
Yeah.
Even the ones that claim to be Christian, and it's just irritating.
Well, I could tell you I'm Christian, and I don't even have to be one. I'm just saying it. I mean, to know if I really am, you got to get to know me. You got to know. Um, yeah, and
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. If you tell me you're a pastor or whatever, I would expect for you to have respect or whatever, and I
yeah.
would expect you not to ghost me.
Well,
I would
yeah,
expect you to man up and say, I don't think that we are suited or something like that. But it's like every time I say, I don't even know what I'm saying wrong, but if I get ghosted and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I look at being ghosted as a blessing because that means that's one less person I have to waste my time on.
yeah. That might be God taking care of that weirdo for you. And ghosting, to me, um, I don't like ghosting. I think ghosting's the easy way out.
It
I
is.
think it's a cowardly way out. If I want to break off the relationship, I should be man enough, or if you're a woman, be woman enough to say, you know what, this ain't working. I need to cut this off because it's going nowhere, and at least give that person closure so they can move on. But when you just disappear and don't say nothing, that to
Mhm.
me is, and I think it's a power thing. They could say, well, they cut you off and you couldn't say nothing about it. You didn't have no rebuttal or reaction. They're just gone. And when someone ghosts you, did they really care about you in the beginning to just leave you like that? I'm just saying. I've been ghosted, and you know what? I've had horrible times in life where I've ghosted people myself, and I feel bad for it. I was wrong for doing it. I pray for forgiveness because that's not right, and it never felt good when I was ghosted. And the times I did it, I'm going to be held accountable for it, and that's probably why I get ghosted because I did it in the past. I mean, karma is a thing. You reap what you sow.
Mhm.
And you know what? Yeah, ghosting, don't do that. I don't do that no more. I stopped doing that because I didn't like it. But in my younger days I did it like it was no tomorrow. And I had to correct that in my life. And I'm being
Hey,
honest. But yeah, go ahead, Alexander.
hey, Brent.
Yes.
Af- after this life goes off, I'm a do a stream. It's not going to be long. Maybe it may be going to be like 6 minutes or something like that, because because I do not like I do not like what's going on either. And I want to share, the stories that, you know that certain, black men want to tell the pygmies and the mammies, but I think they're afraid to do so.
Yeah. I'm going to have a show talking about the pick and stuff too. because I think it's hurting black women. And I think it's just counterproductive, and it's hurting other black women, you know, to degrade other black women, to hold up black men. That's not the right way, ladies. If you're that type, don't do it. You want better men, hold the men accountable. You're not going to get good men holding women accountable. It's just not going to happen. You know, it really isn't. And the thing of it is I think more so than toxic black men hurting black women is other black women. I think so. I mean, and it just seems like black women are in a catch-22. I don't, but I would just say, ladies, stick with each other, uplift each other. Okay, I know, you know, everybody gets on each other's nerves, and women in general, I believe that women get on each other's nerves, whether they're black, white, or Asian. When they're together, they love each other, but then they tear into each other at times. And us as men, we do that too. But ladies, lift up each other, because you know what? You know, you need to lift up each other and give each other confidence and love, because in the community, a lot of times the men ain't there to do that. But anyway, yeah. But no, Alexander, I get what you're saying. And there are a lot of black women that, you know, that are race loyal, that will attack black women that are dating out, and shame them, and put black men on a pedestal. And to me, that is weird. I think us as men should be putting women on a pedestal instead of the women putting men. I think that's just backwards. And, you know, and in the white community, we're the opposite. Look how white men put Becky on that pedestal, right? And they're Karens. They act like they walk on water. I remember my grandfather talked about my grandmother like she was the greatest thing ever. And my grandmother was crazy. And my grandmother was the nicest man alive. But he never disrespected his wife. He put her on that pedestal like she was everything. And you know what? My father did that. And you know what? I do that. It's in our culture. The only difference with me is there's a black woman on my pedestal. And you know what? That's
she's
going
absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Oh, she is. Anything good I say about my wife, she deserves every bit of it, and then some and more. I can't give her enough compliments. I mean, my wife's amazing. She's got a heart of gold, and you know, she's just a blessing from God.
I can't give her enough compliments either. She is full of so much wisdom and love.
She is, and oh my goodness, I just, and here's how I feel about it. I pray to God about this. I say, you know, I feel I'm not good enough for my wife. I felt that way for so many times. I'm like, how do I deserve the wife I got? I'm grateful for it, but it's like I didn't. God, you know what my wife is. I'll describe her in this. My wife is proof that there is a God and He loves me. That's my wife right there. And that pretty much sums it up. There is a God and He loves me. And my wife is proof of that. And I'm very grateful and thankful. And I thank God for my wife all the time. I mean, but anyway, Great wife, great mother, and daughters. Yes. And you know what? I got that, Michael. I have a great wife. She's a great mother. I got great daughters. I got a good son. He's a good man. I mean, and my wife plays such a huge role in that. I wouldn't have it so good without my wife. I just and she's made me better than I could ever be without her. That's how important a good wife is. That's how important black women are because I've seen many other black women that are in interracial relationships and the kids turn out to be awesome. And why is that? It's because you ladies are beautiful, awesome ladies. And the grace of God that you have, you pass it down to your children. And you know what? We're seeing it in real time. And it's a beautiful thing. So if anybody asks why did I only date black women exclusively? Why did I marry a black woman? That's why. Look at my life and you'll understand exactly why I have so much love for black women.
You were taught from an early age to love black women
I
because
was.
they loved on you.
Yeah, 1974, as a 5-year-old boy, I took my heart and said, "Here you go, black women. I love you." Literally. And you know what? The only woman that can break my heart is the black woman. Except one Becky, and that's my mom. She broke my heart. But anyway, that's another story. But black women have my heart. And they're the only ones that can break it. And have black women broke my heart? Oh yeah, several times. But you know what? Black women have lifted me up and have blessed me too. And you know what? If you read my book after my life is gone, you'll see black women on every page from the time I was 5 till the rest of my life. And you'll see nothing but love and respect. And thanks to God that a black woman was in my life. That's my story. So
That is a nice story. Mm.
and like Afro Angelique says, why do I feel that way? Because black women showed me love early. And through my life, black women have shown me love. And I'm not just talking the ones I dated. I'm talking about just everyday black women that just showed me love from a child as a human being in church, uh, at work. Black women are amazing. You just, you know what? And I can talk to black women easy. And I guess it's because I just have love for black women in general that I just, maybe they sense that. Maybe they know I have love for them that they just feel it because that's what I felt from a black woman and I just embraced it and I
You,
still do to this day.
it's because whenever you approach everybody and with respect, and when you approach people with respect, it's reciprocated unless you're dealing with somebody that is not quite right.
Yeah.
So, um, the reason, and you're genuine, and that's the reason why so many women on this channel love you, is because you're so genuine. And this is the like one of the few places on YouTube or on the internet that black women receive love, because we go out, we go elsewhere and we get beat up on, and we come here and we get loved on, and it's like your cup gets emptied and you come here to get filled back up. And you just don't know how powerful it is to come to a place where you get filled back up, and you you do that every time you come online, and that's whether you do a live or you do a little short video to tell us how much you love Black women. It's like getting a little pick me up to help you make it through the day. It's just, you can't not, it's like, and then the kind of women that come on your channel are women that pour into one another. So there's virtually no negativity in this chat. There's basically love in this chat. And the only time that it gets only time it gets contentious is if we hit a nerve or we trigger somebody. But outside of that, it's generally all love.
Yeah.
And where can you go where it's like all love? This is a safe space for Black women, and this is a safe space for white men to show their love for Black women. So it's a place of love and peace. We get to fill up and love on each other and share our ideas, and don't get, beat down for sharing our ideas.
Yeah.
So, and you created that community.
Oh, thanks so much. J10 says the best part, Britt built the channel from the ground up organically. He wasn't expecting many followers and didn't beg. Yeah, you know what? I didn't expect many followers. The subscribers I got, I'm just floored. I can't believe it. I just, when I started this YouTube channel, I remember I hit 40 subscribers. And I would go in the back room and make my little videos. And I thought I'd try it. And then I got a couple people that liked it and said a good comment. I felt pretty good. And I got 1 or 2 subscribers. And then I would look at it. Oh, I got 5. And I hit 40. Oh my God. Me and my wife, I took my wife to dinner. We went out. We had a good time. We celebrated. I felt like it was my birthday. It just felt so good. 40 people like what I'm saying. I was so happy. And I'm just floored that I have the subscribers I do. And I'm thankful for that. I'm not a good talk show host. I'm not entertaining. I'm not a really good speaker, and a lot of times I don't put the message, I don't articulate the message all that well. But I think what works is I think people know where my heart is, and sometimes you don't have to speak the right words. Sometimes you have love, and people see it. I know when I approached my wife, I stuttered. And I was mumbling, and I thought she was going to dump me because I was a mess. And I asked her, I says, I know I was stuttering and I was nervous. And I know you probably had a hard time understanding me. She says, no, I saw it in your eyes. And she said she could feel the love when I talked to her. It didn't matter what I said. And I think sometimes it's God that's moving, because I don't have talent to have what I got. It's not me at all. If it was me, there would be maybe 2 people watching me to make fun of me. It wouldn't be what it is. But I think I think it's a spiritual thing. Sometimes people could feel the love you have for them. And it's something that moves people's hearts. It like brings us together. I can't explain it. Honestly, I can't. And I'm speaking truth. I know I don't understand. I'm floored. I'm in awe. How could people watch me or listen to me? I mean, and I'm being honest. I don't have talent. I'm not a good speaker. I'm just telling you how I feel in my heart. And maybe sometimes that's enough. Maybe it's just being yourself and telling people how you feel. I think that's what it is. But I'm grateful for the God. If this channel ended tomorrow, I'd be so grateful. I would embrace the memories, the live shows we did, the little videos I did, and your guys's, love you showed me, the kind words you gave me, the love you shown to me and my wife, and I just, I'm just so grateful. I'm floored. I don't know what to say. It's something God has given me on this YouTube, and just having the ability to communicate and talk to you guys and share that love we have for each other. And we haven't even met face to face. I know a few of you on the channel I met face to face, but most of you I haven't. But we still have love for each other. And it's something spiritual. We're connecting. And we're seeing truth. And I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm amazed every day. But you guys are what makes it. You guys are what motivates me. I work 60-hour weeks most of the time, but I can't wait to come on and do a live. I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to have a panel like we had tonight. I can't wait to show a video and break it down and get into the topic. I can't wait to goof off a little bit with you guys. It's seriously, I'm just, and guys, I want to apologize to you. Lately, I've been kind of off. I was supposed to do a prayer meeting, and look, I was triggered. I went on a live, and I drank a little wine. I was off, and I was just triggered and a bit emotional, and I'm passionate, and I kind of went off the deep end a little bit. And sometimes YouTube does that to you. Sometimes you get caught up in things, and you have your beliefs, and you want to be heard, and you want to talk. And sometimes you need to just sit down, keep your mouth shut, and observe. And I have trouble with that. And sometimes I just need that. And sometimes I take a little break. But I do this because I love it. I don't do this for any other reason but to connect with you guys, and I look forward to this. And but I a lot of that triggering was my fault. I was just off. Sometimes we get there. Sometimes, and I know I ranted to you guys, and you guys showed me love, and I was amazed. And I just want to apologize to you for that. I want to apologize for not doing the prayer meeting, but I was going through some things, and if I do a prayer meeting and I'm not in the right mind frame, I don't need to do it, because we're bringing God in, and if I'm not right, we don't need to do that. So it's got to be right. Yes.
Hey, Brent.
Yes.
About the life you was on. I severely want the main reason why I asked you who it was is because I wanted to know, because like I said, when I get off the live, I'm going live, and I'm going to tell the Pygmishas and the mammies of the black community what the comment I read out loud to you guys. But the main reason why I want to know is because I wanted, it's because I wanted to respond back to that person. That's it.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. But to be honest, a lot of that was my fault. I wasn't in the right mindset. Um, yeah, some of the people on the panel tried to silence me and stuff, but I was out there. So I mean, going back and looking at this was me. I don't want you to go in on them because the host, he didn't do nothing to me. That was me. I just look, I got caught up and I wasn't in my right mindset. And no harm, no foul. I mean, it is what it is. That's a learning experience. Nobody cussed me out. Nobody said anything derogatory to me. They let me speak till I got a little too passionate, and I probably I understand why they muted me a little bit. Okay. So yeah, you don't need to respond to that. That was all me, really it was. So I mean I'm gonna leave it at that. It's and I was just ranting to you guys because I was heartbroken and I was going through some things and uh sometimes you get too caught up in YouTube where you got to just sit down, relax, think things out, and when you do that, you see the truth and you find out, you know what? It wasn't really them, it was me. And it was. There's no hate, and I appreciate you, Alexander, having my back, but really that was my doing. I went there. I knew what I was getting into, and I wasn't thinking right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you know what? I got to admit that was my fault. That was my doing, and I have no one to blame but myself. I knew what I was getting into, and it's a learning experience. You know what? Next time I go on another panel, I'll be better prepared. I'll have my head together, and it is what it is. It's a learning experience. But yeah, you don't need to respond. It is what it is. I was going through some stuff at that time too, so I was, I just let it get the best of me. But I mean, you guys showed me love, and that's where I cling to you guys because you're like my family, and it's good to be home on this channel where I have love from you guys. Where and when you go into somebody else's platform, you're going into another world and another community. Not everybody loves you over there, but
No, but
some
you
people
always be love over here.
what I said. Some people showed me love too. There wasn't all hate. The fault was all mine. Let me just say that. And you know what? Whatever hurt I got, whatever I kind of deserved it. So I mean, it is what it is. But
no matter what, if you come back when you go back on when you go to a live, you will always have people that will show you love. So
yeah, and you know what? Most places I went, I've had people that show me love. Oh yeah, Michael Ray paid $200 to keep me on. She did, and I offered to give it back, but she never emailed me. So, yeah, but there was love shown there too. But I was a mess. If you watch that, the conversation was good, but I kind of went off track and. But over there, that channel is controversial, and that's how it is. That's what it is. And I stepped into something that I didn't totally understand, and it kind of threw me off. But it's all good. I mean,
Mhm.
I have no hate over there. I'm not. I was angry at the time, but when I observe what happened and I look at it and I look at it logically, you know what? I brought that on myself. I really did. So, and you know what? I have to be a man and admit when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And, I just, but there's no hate, there's no animosity. It was just at the moment I was caught up in emotion. And, I get passionate on certain things. And sometimes I'll just go off. And that's stuff I've had to work on my whole life. My time in the army, I'd get in trouble because I'd speak my mind and tell people off and just go at people. I would just, and if you look at my medical record, um, I was referred to counseling, not because I wanted it, because my unit thought I needed it. And the doctors, one doctor says, you know what? You embrace confrontation. He says, you love it. You embrace it. You want it. I said, no, I don't. I don't want to cause trouble. But you know what? Yeah, I do. That's something that I've been treated for. That's something that I got to deal with. Sometimes I'll yell at people and I just go off and I embrace arguments and it's not right. It's something I've had to deal with, and it's something that I've been able to correct for the most part, but that's just me. I don't, and I've even told you when it comes to me and my wife, I miss the haters because I want to fight them. I want to tell them off. I want to go in on them. But I shouldn't be like that. That's not right. You got to have control and a little bit of that show. I kind of went there a bit. I didn't just totally go bananas, but I was getting there, and it needed to go. But that is what it is. The host didn't treat me bad or nothing. It was all me. Um, I don't know if I'll ever go on, but I don't know. It was kind of and guys, I get irritated when I see people ask for money and say, "Here's a cash app. Come on, let's get some dollars." I don't like that. And not saying that's wrong. I just have a different reason why I'm up here. I think God has blessed me financially, so I shouldn't ask for nothing else. If someone puts in a super chat, that's cool. That's up to you, but I don't ask for that. I don't look at that. I don't, and a lot of times I feel guilty when people do that. Like, everybody's got, their life to live. And this is something I do for fun. I have a job that pays me very well. I'm financially set. So this is just me wanting to connect with you. And sometimes I see people making money and I just feel some kind of way. But that's their right to do that. And if people do that for them, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't do that. That's not me. YouTube ain't my career. It ain't my thing I want to do. The only thing I do this for is to show love. And I do this because I love talking to people. That's therapeutic to me. I mean, that keeps me calm talking to you guys, talking about love, sharing my story about my wife and kids. And, that's a beautiful thing, but that's just it in a nutshell. I mean, and guys, I apologize to you if I seemed off. I apologize to you guys for saying I'm going to have a prayer meeting and I didn't do it. But it's best I didn't do it. I wasn't in the right mind frame. I wasn't. And it wasn't that show. It was beyond that. That just kind of brought it a little bit out, and it was just. But if it wasn't that week, it would have been a better situation, and it wouldn't have turned out the way it did. It was just I just went off, and there were other things going on, and I probably shouldn't. When I'm in that mindset, I shouldn't go on anybody's platform. Tell you the truth, I shouldn't even do my platform. Really, I should just take a breather and just calm down.
Yes.
But I didn't, so it's my fault, and I'm okay. It could have been a whole lot worse. It really wasn't that bad. It was just, it is what it is. Um, but anyway, but nobody needs to go in on nobody. That was me. I just needed to calm down after that. And that show I did afterwards where I was venting, I felt so much better. And, but,
Hey, I do not want you because I think a lot of of black men who are in the black manosphere, they tend to trigger people sometimes. And the thing is, you just have to let you can't let them get to you. And
yeah,
and the main thing is, also you got to know, when to engage with those type of people and when not to.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because some people like to trigger you just for fun, and you can't let them get your goat.
yeah. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It was. It is what it is. But you're right, Alexander. You got to go in it with a clear mind and just be logical. But I wasn't in a logical mindset at the time. I was passionate, and but it wasn't that bad. It really, I look back at it, it's like, okay, well, I could have articulated this better, and I could have explained this better, and I shouldn't have started yelling when I was talking, because I did do that, and it wasn't that I was wanted to yell. It's just that I was passionate. Um, but you got to watch those things. But I don't want to get off in that show. It's in the past. It is what it is. No hard feelings. No harm. No foul. Um, like I said, it could have been a lot worse. And it wasn't. It wasn't really that bad. Um, whatever I got is what I put into it. Um, I think if I was calm, nobody would have silenced me. I think because I was getting loud, and I think because I was going off topic and I wanted to talk every turn. I think that's what kind of led to it. And yeah, but I don't want to get wrapped up in that. It is what it is. But nobody needs to go, react to it. That was my doing, and it is what it is. It's a learning. It's a learn. I learned from it. And when I go on another one, I'll be better. It'll be a better situation because I'll make it better. I'll be more on my game and more in the right mindset. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I better get off. It's 11:30, and I got to go to work tomorrow.
Yes. I just wanted to. I'm gonna drop off because I need to do something for my mom. But I just wanted to tell you that you're looking sharp this evening.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Uh, yeah, this is my newest suit. I thought I'd look professional for you guys. Um, show my love to you. I'm not wearing a suit every time, but I Sandy said I should be professional, so she's right. I should look. You know what? The hockey jerseys is nice, but let's throw on a suit sometimes. Let's throw on a polo. Let's change it up. Uh, yeah. But guys, it was great talking to you, Afro Angelique. Always a pleasure. Alexander, my brother, keep up the good work. Um, and DK, good to see you, young lady. And everybody on the panel, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. You are what makes this, and I'm floored. I just, you know what? And I thank you for that. I thank you for listening to me. I thank you for talking to me. I thank you for your kind words. I thank you for your love. And those of you that really love me and go in my email and give me criticism, I love that too, because I do need that too. That shows me love, and you know, that's what's kept me in check. A lot of times on YouTube, people say, you know what, you kind of need this, do this right, but they do it where nobody sees it. It's like kind of like a parent's love, like, hey, I love you, son, but you're drifting a little, you're not doing that. You know, and I embrace that. I mean, my father was the most critical person in my life, but you know what, he loved me more than anybody on this earth. And that's why he was critical. He wanted me to be successful. He wanted me to be able to make it in this life. He wanted me to be able to pull myself up when I hit failure. He wanted me to, you know, become a good man, be a good husband and father. And, you know, and you guys show me that love, and I embrace that. And, you know, you're on my family. You are a blessing. Like I said, God is in this because I'm not talented to get 2 subscribers, but you guys show me love. And I think you see what's in my heart more than how I talk or how entertaining I can be. It's, I think we connect with love. I think we connect in a spiritual way. And I embrace that. And I love that. And I thank you guys for that. And, you know, this is a beautiful thing. And I thank God that YouTube is here to where I can experience this. But anyway, guys, I'm going to have to shut down. I got to get up in the morning. Alexander, you're going live Friday, tomorrow night?
Yep.
Okay.
I see you're checking the community page.
Okay, what time you going on?
11:30.
Okay, I'll be there. Yeah, 11:30 your time?
Yeah.
At PM, right?
11:30
At night?
Eastern. Yeah, at night.
Yeah, Eastern time. Okay, I'll be there. I'll be off work by then. So yeah, I'll be there. I'll catch it. I can't go on tonight. I got to get to bed. I got to get up at 6. But I'll be there tomorrow night, Alexander, and you know, and I'll see you there. And guys, I want to have a show Saturday and Sunday, 2 good shows, and I'll have a prayer meeting in between on Sunday. There's a message I want to share with you guys that I think will uplift us all. But that will be actually 3 lives. Well, 4 if you count me checking out Alexander, because I'll go check out his show. Friday, Saturday, I'll have a show, and Sunday I'll have 2. It'll be a busy weekend, but it'll be worth it. It'll be awesome. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and drop off. Alexander, thank you, brother. Thank you for all you do.
And
I'll see you tomorrow night, okay?
all right.
Have a good night. And thank you, panel. Thank you, Afro Angelique, DK, and Alexander. Okay. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming on in the comment section. And thank you for being part of the show. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you soon, okay? Saturday night, I'll have a show at 11:30 tomorrow night Eastern time. I think he said 11:30. Yeah. So I'll be over at Alexander. I'll check his show out. So check him out over there. Show him love and respect. He loves black women. And he's speaking up for black women. More than I can say for a lot of men out there. Just saying. But anyway, guys, God bless you and your families, and I'll see you soon. Have a good night. God bless.